All right, I hope you guys are ready for the next few videos coming out because we're about to go on a whole Sonic marathon. Sonic 1, CD, 2, and 3 and Knuckles, the next 4 videos because your boy's a Sonic fan and we're playing them all on the Origins collection because look at these cutscenes. They're so pretty. Oh! Yo, Eggman's gotta be some kind of cocky to be standing on top of his Eggmobile, taunting the fastest thing alive and actively gesturing him to come after him. Man's crazy. Couldn't be me. Would not want an angry Sonic coming towards me. That's a death sentence. Green Hill Zone, the original, the first, the overly used one for future years to come. You know, but it's still a fun level, I still enjoy it. Now, I got some Sonic stories to tell throughout the course of these 4 videos, but you know, my first Sonic game was Sonic 2, but I played this one second, so, you know, I got some stories to tell for the first game, but you know, most of my childhood stories will branch from the second game onward. You know, don't you worry, we got some stories to tell, but this game's got its share of stories too, let me tell you. So if you guys couldn't guess by my, you know, profile pic on YouTube and the one on Blue Sky, get this. Are you ready? I'm a Sonic fan. Shocker! Shocker! Been playing this series for almost 30 years of my life, and goddamn, saying that out loud, I feel some kind of old right now. Also, I will be one to say right now, I am not an expert at the Sonic 1 special stages. You will see some f***ups. I'm more like good with the Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 and Knuckles special stages. I'm pretty confident in my abilities there, but you know, this rotating grid of doom in the first game, not perfect at it. I guarantee you I will get all the emeralds, but there will be some f***ups, let me tell you right now. I will try my best to get them all first try, but you know, if I f*** up, you know, there's a mechanic in the Origins collection that allows you to retry special stages using coins. They replace extra lives because there are no lives in the Origins collection. But if I f*** up, it's as simple as a reset. We are getting all the emeralds and time stones throughout the course of these videos because I'm a Sonic fan and I have to. It's written in my contract. My first game, like I said, Sonic 2, played it when I was 2 years old back in 1995. I love that game to death. You will never get me tired of Sonic 2. I love that game. It is in my bloodstream. Send help. I first played this game after Sonic 2, but because I played Sonic 2 first, I thought my game was broken when I initially played Sonic 1 because the first thing I tried to do was spin dash and all Sonic did was duck and jump and I was like, where's the spin dash? Mom, Dad, I think my game's broken. Sonic won't spin dash. I don't like this game. You need to have it fixed. Have it sent to Sega. Maybe they can fix it. You know, not knowing that the spin dash didn't exist in the original Sonic 1. And I was just a silly boy. All right, special stage 2. And this isn't me making excuses, maybe. These special stages are actually a little harder for me in the Origins collection specifically because the rotating grid moves so smoothly and I'm used to the rigid jank of the rotation in the original release. Like, no joke, the smooth rotation fucks with me. Like, it makes bouncing off certain walls and edges a little bit more difficult and I can't time them as, like, precisely as I used to. But like I said, I'm still gonna give it my best. We're getting everything. Sonic fun fact for you non-fans out there, there were only 6 emeralds in the original game. It's not until 2 and onward where the traditional 7 would pop up. And there's your Sonic fun fact with JT. That's me. When I was a kid, and I still kind of remember this, when I was a kid, I was thirsty, right? I was playing the Sega Genesis, I was playing Sonic 1, and I got thirsty. So I remember going to my mom and asking for a cup of milk because I was really craving some milk. So she got me some and I went to go get the milk and then I go back into my room and I place the milk down on the ground right next to the Genesis. I think you can already see where this is going. I place the milk down. I go back to grab something from the kitchen and I bolt back into my bedroom. And like frame 1 of me entering the bedroom, I kick the milk down and I spill it all over my Sega Genesis. And I'm over here as a kid like, oh no. And then my Sega Genesis never worked again after that. And I was so sad. I think that's like my very first core memory ever because I was just so upset when it happened. So every time I make myself a cup of milk, I just get war flashbacks of when I knocked it over on my Genesis. And I can't remember what happened after that. I'm pretty sure my sister was mad because that was back when we shared that Sega Genesis and she couldn't play it anymore. And I remember her being upset to some degree, but that memory is blocked out. Probably for the best. Marble Zone. You guys remember all that high-speed platforming action we just had in the previous zone? Well, forget it. Delete it from your brain. Get rid of it. It's old news. Stop it. You get slow-moving platforms, all right? It's what the kids love. It's why they love Sonic the Hedgehog. The most hated zones in this game amongst fans and just people who've played the game is Marble Zone and Labyrinth Zone, which, you know, to be fair, yeah, they're not my favorite zones personally, but, you know, I'd be lying if I said their music tracks didn't help ease the pain. Sonic 1's soundtrack, while not my favorite in the classic Sonic games, they're bangers. I love the Sonic 1 soundtrack. I just remembered something else that happened when I was a kid. There was also this other time where I took things people said very literal. And by that, I mean I was stupid. I remember I wanted to play the game, but it wasn't working. You know how Sega Genesis cartridges, you know, you blow in it to clean it, which I'm pretty sure didn't do anything. It was more of a placebo effect, but whatever. But you know, it wasn't working. And I was like, oh, my game isn't working. Maybe it needs to be cleaned on the inside. So you know what I did? I didn't blow in it. My mindset was, oh, water cleans things. I'm gonna drown my cartridge in water. I'm gonna run it under the sink. And I'm gonna clean it that way. That way it'll effectively get all the dirt out. Guess what game didn't work anymore after that? Third Chaos Emerald on the reach. Hold up. Wait. No! I've been doing these special stages for over 30 years and still feels like my, ooh, perfect fit. Oh, that was very satisfying to look at. I lost my train of thought. Hold up. I nutted a bit. This playthrough's pretty much gonna blast through with Sonic speed because I know what I'm doing, and once I get all the emeralds, it'll go by way faster. You know, actually, do you guys have any favorite games in the franchise that you want to talk about? You know, favorite 2D game, favorite 3D game, you know, let your boy know in the comments. I want to know more about you guys. You know, I'm gonna like lose my shit more and more when we get closer to Sonic 2, but you know, I enjoy this game. It's fun. It's not the immediate Sonic game I would go back to play in the classic games, but you know, I still enjoy it. All right, you guys want to see some trick shit? Check it out. Flawless. How does he do it? All right, Act 2 finish. Time for Chaos Emerald number 4. All right, this is one that kind of gives me shit, but you know what? We'll make it through. We'll make it through just fine. I sometimes remember by heart which way to go, and sometimes I don't. Oh my god, the rotation speed is like f***ing me up, and it's making me nervous. I'm gonna be honest. I need this bitch to slow down. Thank you. I know I'm playing as the fastest thing alive, but you know, sometimes I need to slow the hell down. No! There you go. I'm doing all these tight fits, and I got to admit, it is very satisfying. So I first got introduced to Sonic through my mom. Like, she originally bought Sonic 1 when I was a kid, and her and my sister would play it all the time. And they would get stuck on a few parts, and like, here I am, 2 years old, barely a thought in the old brain, and they're stuck at this one area, and you know, they decided to give the controller to me for funsies because I guess I looked like I really wanted to play, because you know, oh, pretty colors, he goes so fast. Ooh, I want to try. So they give me the controller, and like, I didn't do any better because, you know, I'm only 2, but according to them, I was playing better than they thought I would, you know, for a 2-year-old. So ever since that day, I've just been, let's say, an unhealthy fixation with Sonic. You know, I wouldn't say unhealthy. Well, no, I have a lot of Sonic shit. It's a little unhealthy. Let's say I've been in an unhealthy relationship with Sonic since then. Ever since that day, my mom constantly keeps telling me, I regret showing you that blue bastard. She does not like Sonic as a character, and she always jokingly keeps saying, I regret introducing you to that blue bastard. And it makes me laugh every time, because I'm like, this is your fault, Mom. You did this to me. That blood is on your hands. All right, this is easy. None of the Robotnik boss fights are really hard. Like, you know, they're very simple. Like, he dumps fire, goes from one end, goes to the other, lather, rinse, repeat. This is just me speaking, but you know, if that was me, I'd just keep dumping fire as I went across and not made it specific to only the platforms. You know, IQ at 300, still kind of dumb. Actually, fun fact, the animals that just came out of there, when I was a kid, I actually thought, and don't make fun of me, I actually thought that the seals that came out of the capsule were ghosts. Like, I saw them more as like little Casper ghosts than actual seals. So I was like, why did I free like woodland critter like chipmunks but ghost? Like, did some of the animals die in there? Was I too slow? Oh, hang on, we got another bot playing Spring Yard Zone. Hold on, let's just hear this for a second. I love Spring Yard Zone's beat so much. I think it's my favorite track in the first game. Too bad the level itself is also still kind of slow. It's like a mix of the first two zones. You have your fast moments like in Green Hill, but then you have your slow moments like in Marble Zone. But you know, the track is too damn good for me to be mad. God, I love this soundtrack. Let me tell you guys right now, if you're not a Sonic fan and then you suddenly become one, let me tell you, once you do, that is a blood pack essentially. You know, you don't stop being a Sonic fan. You are in this hole with all of us and you can't escape. So if you're watching my videos and you enjoy it, which, you know, I greatly appreciate, thank you, you're all so nice, and you become a Sonic fan from them if you already weren't, just know that you are now officially in this hole, and no matter how hard you try to get out, you are stuck here forever. I warned you, okay? I warned you. Don't you dare say for a second, oh man, Sonic seems pretty cool, I might get into the series, and then immediately that lock and chain are gonna go on your leg and you'll never be able to leave. Nope, you're spinning too fast. You are spinning too fast. I don't like it. All right, we're in the room. It should be a little easier. Ow. Gets concussion, gets extra coin. just. Oh! I'm telling you, I've been doing this for far too long. I'm a veteran. Real talk though, let me not get too cocky, because watch the final emerald, I actually f up, and then all of you are gonna make fun of me, which, you know, to be fair, I totally had coming. One thing I also loved doing when I was a kid is that, you know, that end reel that plays at the end of the first game, I used to mimic that demo all the time whenever I was in the actual stages where the demo showed off. Like, one case is in this level right here, where in the third act someone like uses the momentum to roll into a ball and like roll up and down the slope, and I would actually mimic that every single time I got here because I thought it looked so fun and so cool, because, you know, Sonic's all about speed. You know, you got to build up momentum and go faster and faster. It's actually super fun. Which, hang on, is that a Sonic fun fact coming my way? Oh my god! In the original release of Sonic 1 and like future ones until like recent releases, there's actually a speed cap on Sonic. Like, you can't, oh no, if you're running on foot, you actually have a speed cap. You won't go any faster than the max speed you hit. But if you roll into a ball, there is no speed cap. You can just go as fast as you want, and it's actually really fun and exciting. But in future releases like the one I'm playing, there is no speed cap when you run. You can go as fast as you want as long as you build up a momentum and speed for it. Ow. All right, y'all, let's get that final Chaos Emerald, and then we can just rush on through the rest of the game. Okay, this special stage is pretty much like the third one, where you spawn pretty much right at the emerald, and I feel like there's more room for error. Careful, JT. JT, please! I'm at a good spot. I might not get it this turn, or? No, come on. I can totally get it now. Just be careful. Be patient. Let's go! Oh, Emerald's first try, baby. Let's go! Sonic got them all. No joke. I'm actually a little surprised because for as long as I've been playing this game, I still sometimes mess up getting the emeralds at least once, but all of them first try. Let's go. The rest of the game is now just a cakewalk. You know, I just go from point A to point B and that's it. You know, I asked earlier if you guys have a favorite game in the franchise or a least favorite game, but you know, I'm actually curious now. I pose another question. What's your like #1 franchise ever in like video games? Like, you know, for me it's Sonic, like duh. But do you guys have one? You know, your favorite game in a franchise that you can always go back to, never tire of? You know, Mario, Zelda, Metal Gear, and stuff like that, you know? Let me know. Oh wait, hang on, before I continue that thought, this is actually that one bit in the demo reel that plays at the end, and I would always do this as a kid because that's what they did in the demo. I would do this and then go back on the other end and then jump, because that's what they did in the demo reel, and I just like repeating it because I thought it looked cool. I just wanted to share that real quick. But yeah, I want to know if you guys have a favorite franchise that you love going back to, because, you know, I love Sonic so much, but do you guys have a franchise that you love that, you know, you just can't get enough of, you know, like Mario, Sonic, Zelda, Crash, Metal Gear, Banjo-Kazooie, anything. There's a lot of video games, but which one is your primo defective franchise? Let me know in the comments. Let's get this talking going even. All right, I completely forgot for this version of the boss in Origins, they added a wall. Because in the original version, these walls don't exist. It's just an open field with like these platforms on the ground. He's going back and forth slowly. He goes down very slowly with a giant needle and thinks that'll defeat me. I question you, Robotnik. I question you and your logic. We saved all the little piggies and chickens. Oh, look at them. Oh, they're so adorable. Hey guys, guess what? It's everybody's favorite zone coming up next. Do you know what it is? Oh, Yep, we're here. We all knew it was coming eventually, but here it is, Labyrinth Zone, everybody's favorite stage. He totally did not say sarcastically. Yeah, it is one of my least favorite stages, but like I said earlier, dude, the soundtrack, I can't get over it. Hear this shit. Also, I am filled to the brim with Sonic fun facts. You guys want to know another fun fact? Here's one coming at you right now. Oh, god damn! So there used to be a spike glitch in earlier versions of Sonic 1. And by spike glitch, I mean if you land on spikes and then like you get hit and lose your rings, but in that animation of you losing your rings, if you land on the spikes immediately after, the game does not register your iframes and you'll just instantly die. Like, iframes did not exist in the original release of the game if you got hit and then got hit again immediately. It was nuts. Can we all admit though, to anybody who has played this franchise, that the drowning theme is still like one of the scariest pieces of music that I've ever heard in video games? To show you that you're about to die, it is terrifying. I think the scariest rendition of the drowning theme is actually in Sonic Adventure 2. That version, I think, scares me the most. All right, Act 1 done and over with. You know what I keep forgetting about this version of the game? That it has the drop dash. And as much as I love that move, since Sonic Mania brought it into the franchise, I forget that it exists in older games when they implement it, because, you know, my mindset is, this move didn't exist back in the day. There's no way it would be here. Why would I even try? And my brain just doesn't do it. Oh God, no, no, please. Okay, I wasn't really that scared, but it's like, you know, the innocent side in my heart hears that and I get war flashbacks and I'm like, not again, please, not again. Oh man, this was an area I got stuck in when I was a kid, because I was like, where do you go? Like, it's blocked off. I don't know where to go. There's a switch inside this ring box. And there, it opens the door up ahead. Did not find that as a kid. I think I died from a time over here when I was a kid. So I used to play this game all the time at my cousin's house whenever my parents had to go to work and like my aunt had to watch me. And one thing that I remember doing is that, so my cousin is outside playing with his friends, right? I'm inside playing the Genesis because my mindset was, he's outside, the console is mine. And I load up the game and I start playing it, and I'm still only like 4 or 5 at this age. And I was stuck. I could not beat the game. I was bad at it. I was bad at video games even. And I could not beat it for shit. And then I remembered, oh wait, I remember my cousin telling me about a cheat code where you can do a level select, but I don't remember what the code is. So I put on my shoes, went outside to where he was playing, asked him what the code was. He told me. I went back inside, put in the code, and then I immediately went to the final boss. And that's how I legitimately, quote unquote, beat Sonic 1 for the first time. Yep, my first time, and I'm a filthy goddamn cheater. I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just don't go spreading the news around that, you know, at 5 I was a cheater. I don't know what to tell you. But I did correct my error. You know, I played the game legitimately once I got older, you know. But then I cheated again when I played Sonic 2. But that's a story for when I get to Sonic 2. You're just gonna have to wait. And I just want to say, you know, thank you everybody who's been subscribing lately. Like, this channel is growing pretty fast, like faster than I initially thought. Like, I guess Anton Blast is the bread and butter of the channel because that's what started blowing it up. But I just want to say right now, I appreciate every single one of you guys that have subscribed, you know, left comments on the videos, told me, you know, you really enjoy my content. Like, it really means a lot. Thank you guys so much. And I hope the channel continues to grow in the future because, you know, I want to keep making videos for you guys and entertaining you. Like, I'm still gonna make videos regardless because I genuinely just like doing it, but I hope you guys continue to enjoy my stuff. It really means a lot. Thanks. I am sending a hug through the internet, consensually, you know, if you guys want a hug, here's a hug. There he is. So, like, this isn't a boss fight. You're literally just climbing to the top. You're following him. That's it. The water under you is still rising, but you don't have to beat Robotnik. I don't even think it's possible. Like, I swear I remember actually hitting him enough times during this climb, but I don't remember if that's actually a true memory or if I'm just gaslighting myself. But I swear I actually did beat him on the climb up when I was younger, but I don't remember if I did or didn't. That might have been just a dream. Yeah, see, look, I thought they were ghosts. Look at the little seals bouncing away. I thought those were ghosts. I was a dumb kid. Oh, Starlight Zone. This is personally one of my favorite zones in the whole entire game. I love Starlight Zone. Again, another banger track, and it's just beautiful aesthetically. And the speed has been brought back. Like, it doesn't feel as slow as Labyrinth. It doesn't feel like it has slow moments like in Spring Yard. It's good old speed. Back in action, baby. Back in action. Look at me go! I think I'm already near the end. Yep. Right here. I lied. Remember when I said I've been playing this game for over 30 years? Yeah, I'm a filthy fucking liar. Sometimes I still forget things. These Orbinauts. These Orbinauts are the ones I hate the most because unlike the ones in the last zone, they don't throw their little spike shield. So the only way to beat them is literally with an invincibility shield. They're like perfectly guarded. Like you can't hit them like without hurting yourself unless you have a shield or some sort. Most hated enemy, I think, in this game. I forgot there were 2 signposts here. Ooh, red spring. Ah! It's so fun when I go fast and then I remember I'm the physical manifestation of cocaine. And yes, later down the line, I do plan on playing most, if not every other mainline Sonic game in the series on this channel. So, you know, the classics, the 3D, the storybook games, I guess. I haven't played those games in a while and you know, there's a reason, but I guess later down in the way future I could play those. Under a minute. We're almost done with the game. The next zone is the final zone. Like, I remember liking the storybook games when I was younger, back in 2007, but you know, I was dumb. I was dumb. Aside from like the soundtrack, which, you know, Sonic games are normally good for, you know, not all games in the series soundtracks are great. I'm looking at you, Sonic Chronicles, you piece of shit. But like, you know, I used to like the storybook games, mainly Sonic and the Secret Rings. I didn't play Sonic and the Black Knight on release, but like Sonic and the Secret Rings, you know, I remember liking to an extent. Then I got older and grew more of a brain, and I don't care for that game anymore. No, no. But I'll play it for you guys for the sake of entertainment and I guess getting an updated opinion on it. I guess you just jump on one of these seesaw things and you can either hit him yourself on the recoil back up, or you can hit him with the spike itself when he drops it. If you time it right, you can hit him like that. Again, I don't know what his mindset was building this. Like honestly, I feel like you're being overly convoluted with these like inventions, Eggman. Like, bruh, you're dropping a ball, not even on me, but on the spring itself, and you're just hoping that it hits me. I don't know what your idea is here. Yeah, fly away. Scrap Brain Zone. Fun fact, when I first played this stage for the very first time, like I immediately fell down here and it's a bottomless pit. And that was my first impression of Scrap Brain Zone as a kid. Immediately falling into the very first pit. And it wasn't fun, but looking back on it, that's hilarious. Oh, threaded the needle there. I actually thought I was gonna get hit by either the fire or those bombs, but I was able to thread the needle. I've been doing a lot of needle threading in this playthrough. I am loving it. Oh, hang on. I'm getting better as I play. There were several times throughout the course of this playthrough I thought I should have gotten hit where I didn't, and it's good. It's a good feeling. I love it. You know, when I was a kid and I got in here for the first time, I actually thought these would actively crush you unless you physically push them back like this. And I was like, oh, I have to push them back because they'll crush me, and I don't want to lose a life. I've been playing so well. But like in reality, they don't ever crush you. You can just walk or not do anything and you'll be perfectly fine. I'm gonna spin dash out of here. See you. Like I said, I used to mimic the demo reels that played at the end of the game, and this was one of them. And I would literally spend minutes on end just doing this, like for minutes on end. I was a very pleasable child, and at the end I would just rock it like choo, and it was the funnest thing in the world for me. I loved it. I don't want to jinx myself, you know, knock on wood, but I want to try and beat this game without a single death, because like I haven't died yet. I haven't died and I've been winning every special stage, so I want to be careful. So I think it's this area where there's just a rogue buzzsaw that just comes after you. Like, it's not connected to anything. It'll just follow behind you from the left. Like, you're gonna see it in a second. Like check this shit out. Right there. That scared me as a kid. It's more subdued in this version because you see the blade like fade in. That shit didn't fade in the original. It just came at you, and it was the scariest shit in the world to me. Ooh, just 1 second under 2 minutes. All right. Oh, transition. Hey, Robotnik, let me in there. Wait, what are you doing? No. By the way, do you guys love Labyrinth Zone? How about an Act 4 of that shit? By the way, if you hurry up and you beat this thing and you go underneath right here, you have effectively cut the stage in like pretty much half. It's essentially, this is Labyrinth Zone Act 4. Don't be fooled by the title. It says Scrap Brain Act 3. It's a lie. The game's lying to you. It's Labyrinth Zone with a different coat of paint. Hey, I have 0 rings when I got here. I guess it makes more sense now why I have 0 rings when I get here. All right, final boss. Whew, that would have been very embarrassing if I try to go deathless and the very first move the boss makes, I get crushed. I didn't get the hit in, but at least I lived. He shoots electric balls, comes down on you in one of the pistons. Two will always come down at a time. He's always in one of them, and then you just hit him, and that's the fight. I know most people like go from left to right or right to left when the balls come, and then just avoid them entirely that way. I just jump when they come down in the middle. That's how I personally do it. I just jump, and you're done. Deathless, baby! All emeralds first try, deathless run. Let's go. Where are you going? You ain't gonna taunt me on your Eggmobile and then go away like everything's fine. Get out of my island. And that's Sonic 1, everybody. And guess what? Since we got all the Chaos Emeralds, you know, Green Hill, it looks like it could use some more flowers. Let's use these all-powerful emeralds to just put a few flowers here on the field. Let's just, okay, that's way better. That's way better. Yeah! But like I said, I do thoroughly enjoy this game. Again, not my initial pick for like 2D Sonic games to go back to. That's Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but you know, Sonic 1, I still enjoy it. You know, it's not the game I immediately put in, but you know what? I still enjoy my time playing it. It's a, you know, a part of it is to the nostalgia because, you know, I've been playing this game for nearly 30 years, but you know, I still love the game. And if you haven't played Sonic 1 yet, you know, give it a try. You know, I wouldn't recommend Sonic 1 as the first game you try. You know, Sonic 2 provides you more and then some, but you know what? To just see where the franchise started and then working your way up and see how it improves, quote unquote, you know, play Sonic 1, give it a play. Ooh, pretty cutscene. That's me, I got all the emeralds. Oh, they're showing where they're going to next. And then this 7th one that just rolled in out of nowhere. Sonic's next adventure awaits him. See you in Sonic CD, guys. He can run, he can fly, he can reach the other side of the rainbow. Sonic CD time, everybody! And unlike the rest of the games in the Classic Collection, I don't have a lot of quote-unquote childhood memories with this one, but I still got a couple of stories to share. And this is the game's introduction to 2 main characters in the series, Metal Sonic and Amy Rose, or Rosie the Rascal as she was called here. Sega! To those who love the American soundtrack, I'm sorry, but I have to set it to correct. Like, don't get me wrong, you know, the American soundtrack is how I first was introduced to Sonic CD, but like, you know, I'm not gonna let nostalgia get in the way of what is arguably considered the very better version of this game's soundtrack. Oh my god, the Sonic CD Japanese soundtrack. Oh my god, it's like top 3 of my favorite Sonic soundtracks. It's so good. I can never get tired of it. So I first saw this opening and ending cutscene on a YouTube video, and I originally thought that there was this unknown hidden Sonic cartoon that I did not know about because I watched all the Sonic cartoons back in the day, you know, Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic Sat AM, a bit of Sonic Underground, and I thought this was one that existed that I just could not find episodes of anywhere. It's like, it's only the opening and the ending. Where's the rest of it? Palm Tree Panic. It's Green Hill, but a hell of a lot brighter and prettier, and the colors are more vibrant, and oh, it's so beautiful. I'll be the first to say that I do not think Sonic CD is like up there with my favorite like classic Sonic games, but it's still a great time if you're playing the modern version of it. I can't really say or speak for the original like Sega CD version. I didn't have a Sega CD growing up, so I can't really say, but based on the videos I've seen, yeah, you're better off playing the Christian Whitehead port, aka the current version I'm playing right now that just fixes everything that the original had problems with. Ow. So to the people who have never played Sonic CD, I bet you're wondering, well, you know, what's the goal here? Like, what do you gotta do? Well, as far as I'm aware anyway, and I don't think there's another Sonic game that does this even to this day, there's actually 2 ways of getting the best ending in this classic Sonic game. You either get all the time stones, which are this game's equivalent to Chaos Emeralds. You don't turn into Time Sonic. Don't be fooled. That's what I thought back in the day. That's not how it works. Or you destroy every robot generator in every stage, which thus creates a good future because the main gimmick of this game is time travel. You go into the past, destroy the robot generator, and you go to the future, and then you make a good future for all the animals and everything. See, like this thing right here? It's evil. It's bad. It creates robots that take over the future. If you don't break it, when you go to the future, everything looks like shit. It's all metallic. There's no nature whatsoever. Down with technology. How I'm gonna do this though, my main means of getting the best ending, I'm going to get all the time stones, because that's the way I'm more familiar with. Sonic made a good future in Zone 1. Yeah. Okay, I love these special stages right here. I f with these special stages a lot. The goal here is to break all these UFOs until the time before the time runs out. But every time you step in water, your countdown goes down by like 10 seconds, I think. So avoid the water like the plague. If you hit the blue UFO, you actually go faster for a bit. Oh my God, I was just in that water for like 5 years. And there you go. The water's safe now. I broke all the UFOs. We don't got to worry about it. The first time stone. So how it works is, like I said, you can either break all the robot generators and create a good future in every act, and that's how you get the best ending if you just keep doing that throughout the game. Or you can collect all the time stones where after you get the final one, it'll automatically just create a good future for the rest of the stages. You don't have to break the robot generators anymore after that. They're all just broken automatically afterwards. Okay, so I first got introduced to this game via the Sonic Gems collection. And if you guys don't know what that is, it was a GameCube game that had a collection of kind of obscure Sonic games. I don't know if obscure is the right word to use, but they're games that you normally probably would not have heard of. And you know, I'm the prime example because some of these games I didn't know about. It had like Sonic R, Sonic the Fighters, Sonic CD. Some of the Game Gear games I know it had Tails Sky Patrol and Tails Adventure on it, but yeah, that's what it had on it, and that's how I first got introduced to Sonic CD. And let me tell you guys right now, Sonic Gems Collection, the CD version of that game, is essentially a direct port of the original Sonic CD. That means a very shitty spin dash. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, the spin dash and the— oh no! No! Anyway, what I was saying before I was brutally brought into the future is that the original spin dash on Sonic CD and on the Gems collection was a shitty spin dash. Like here, you know, it's a regular ass spin dash, you know, like you know. But in the original game and in the Gems collection, it was a spin dash that unless you revved it up all the way, it didn't work. You just would not spin dash at all. You have to fully rev it, otherwise you just completely stop in your tracks. It was bad. It was bad. Also, Sonic CD on the Gems collection was the game that had the US soundtrack on it. You can't switch in between the soundtracks like in this game. But that's how I got first introduced to Sonic CD, was through the Gems collection. And with that said, yes, the US soundtrack has a special place in my heart because it was how I originally first heard the game. But yo, ever since I heard the Japanese soundtrack, my ass don't go back. I always pick Japanese soundtrack whenever I play Sonic CD. It's not even a contest. All right, I think I got the strat for this one. You immediately hold left and then you break this, right? Right, check it guys, check it. Then you break that one. Are you checking it? Are you checking it? Then you break that one. Are you feeling it? And then you miss that one. That's part of the strat. That's how you do it. If your timer hits 20 seconds or lower, a UFO will pop up that if you hit, you'll get more time. It doesn't count towards the timer, you just get more time for it. There you go. I almost thought I didn't hit that one, but you know, we got it. Yeah. I haven't played Sonic CD in a minute, so I kind of forgot that the boss always takes place in the future. And depending on if we broke the robot generators or not, it'll either look desolate and sad and metallic, or a beautiful nature utopia. And since I broke the first two robot generators, boom, pretty looking future boss fight. And these bosses are pathetically easy. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Yeah, the bosses in Sonic CD are kind of weird. They're more about reaching Robotnik rather than actually hitting him 8 times. Most of the time, you only have to hit him like 1 to 4 times. That's a collision chaos. This is my jam right here. It's Amy in her first ever appearance. Man, that'd be really crazy if, you know, this meeting was only short-lived. Like, that would really suck if some unknown force just came in. Oh my God! And it's gone! And you literally do not see her again until the end of the game. She is gone until you save her in the second to last zone. So the story of this game is that, you know, Amy, she's into tarot cards, right? You know, tries to see the future and all that. And she gets told by the cards that she'll meet her true love if she goes to Little Planet, this thing we're on right now. A planet that only comes like once every a few years or so into the stratosphere where, you know, people can visit it. But, you know, she gets there, she meets him for a bit, and then she gets kidnapped by Metal Sonic. And Robotnik's here because he's heard about, ooh, time stones? I can manipulate time? Bet. And then he, you know, he goes and tries to steal the time stones, and that's why him and his new creation Metal Sonic are here. And that's the story. Heavily abridged, but that's the story. So what you want to do is get all the past posts you can in every act, travel to the past, break the robot generator, and then just, you know, finish the level at that point. Avoid the future posts like the plague. You never want to actively go into the future unless you're curious how the future looks after you've already gone into the past to break the robot generator. The generator is boom. Oh, also there are these things, these little projections of just Metal Sonic stepping on woodland critters. If you break it, nothing happens. It just makes you feel like a better person. It doesn't change the ending or anything, and I think on the Xbox version it's an achievement, but like, you don't get anything from it. It's just to make you feel better. When you want to see a robot step on a woodland critter, you bastard. And we in there. Time stone number 3. Let's see if I can be smooth with it. I cannot. Oh, okay, no, we can make it up. We can make it up. We'll fix it in post. Okay, okay. Okay, that was the cleanest one I've had so far. All right. By the way, warning right now, slight epilepsy warning. I'll bring it up again when we get there, but special stage 6, the background might f with some people. I will let you guys know on screen when it's about to happen. So, you know, look away if you're prone to like seizures or epilepsy or any of the sort. I will tell you guys, but like, just so you know, special stage 6, I warned you. Do you guys want to know another Sonic fun fact? Don't worry, this one isn't going to come out of nowhere, explode, or fall out of the ground. It's gonna come from the side. So the original manual for this game on the Sega CD actually calls Amy by accident Sally. If you guys don't know who Sally is, she's a character from the TV show Sad AM, and she's also in like the early Archie comics and like Archie comics in general. And the manual just straight up calls her Sally by accident. I don't know how they messed that up, but they did. I will say the newer versions of Sonic CD have given me a better appreciation of the game. Again, I didn't really think much of the game back when I initially played it. Like, I did have fun with it, but it was a weird Sonic game. This Sonic game focuses more on like exploration rather than just straight up going fast, which, you know, future Sonic games, if not all Sonic games, you know, they kind of want you to explore, but it's mainly about the speed. This one is mostly about the exploration, because like you see these platforms and you're thinking, oh wow, not a lot of going fast here. And, you know, I agree, but you know, it's still an enjoyable time. I like it. The level design later on can get kind of weird, but it's still enjoyable. You'll know when we get to Stardust Speedway, the more iconic level from this game, but definitely one of the more messy ones. Time to get that 4th damn time stone. I've always been curious about these backgrounds, like where these special stages take place, because like these look like old civilizations of some sort, and I just want to know more about these. They look so cool now that I'm actually like looking at them. There's not enough room for not really a lot of room for error. Sonic, get it. Ah! I got it this time, guys, don't worry. No, I don't. I lied to you all. I'm sorry. That blue one with more time should be coming in. Yep. Okay, I got more time. All right, that one took a little longer than normal, but you know what? We still got it done. Didn't have to use a coin. I'm actually curious how far I can get in these 4 games without using a coin to reset the special stage if I goof. The ones I am 100% confident in that I know I won't mess up are the last 2 games, like Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I know for a fact I won't mess up. And if I happen to, then you guys can clip where I'm saying this and then make fun of me for it. I give you permission. I kind of had it coming. Oh, this is the pinball boss fight. I remember this. The pinball physics in this game are kind of finicky. I'm trying to get in the center, like, there we go. Oh, there you go. 1, 2, 3. That's it. That's it. That's most of these things. That's most of these boss fights. Teleportation, yeah. Title Tempest. One of the few tracks, and I'm sorry to say this to Japanese soundtrack enthusiasts out there, but one of the few tracks, I actually like the US soundtrack more than the original. I don't know, there's something about the US soundtrack version of this theme that just hits more than the Japanese soundtrack. Like, don't get me wrong, I love this version still. It's very calming, I guess, while at the same time being kind of mysterious. I guess that's the best way I can put it. It's good stuff. It's good. I like it. That's my opinion. And if you think I'm wrong, that's fair. That's the future. I missed the past one. Oh, wait, no. Fix it in post. By the way, I did this instinctively. I never explained it. This game also introduced the drop, not the drop dash, the super peel out. It's like the spin dash, but you just hold up instead of down. Okay, it's a little further ahead. I'm not there yet. There's this one section later on in this act. I think it's this act, or it could be the next one, where I forget that there's something that can crush you. And I'm saying it out loud so I can remember, so I don't end up doing it by accident. Also, when you break a robot generator, all the batniks disappear, like they die. Like a batnik was right here, and you can tell when a flower is there. Because I guess Robotnik is going by flower power and not animals this time. I guess he realized after one game, this shit doesn't work, and then decided to just change it up. Sonic made a good future. In zone 1. These special stages from this point forward, and I guess, you know, earlier on, have a lot more sharp turns. I'm really trying to hit it without touching the water, but like I'm trying to have my cake and eat it too. It's a really good cake. I have hit no UFOs yet, and I've hit water once. Oh my God, I'm a fake Sonic fan, dude. Wait, hang on, I got it right here. Woo, thank you. I just wanted to hit one, jeez. Oh, the hitbox on those gives me false hope sometimes. I will park my ass right here. There we go. Okay, one left. What? How did that not count? That's bull. That's a bunch of bull. Dude. Oh, no. No, no, no. We finally lost one, guys. We finally lost a special stage. Well, there goes my perfect streak. But you know, live and learn, we'll do better next time. What we can do is make it up for right here by killing the son of a that ruined it for me, you bastard. Notice how much faster I'm doing this now, as if the game was saying, no, we want you to fuck up at least once, then we'll give you the W. Wow, that was so much cleaner than the previous attempt. Well, guys, we did it. We failed one time, but you know, no one's perfect. We had a good run, and at least we can say in all of Sonic 1, we didn't mess up once. You know what the soundtrack is? Like this version of Tidal Tempest, it's like a thing I would listen to when I'm trying to go to sleep. You know, like rainforest sounds or like stuff like that. I would listen to this. It sounds so calming. It's something you listen to when you just want to vibe. Like, you hear this? You know, that patented Sonic 2 springs in the middle of a fort for no reason is here. It's the easiest way to go into the past. One of the rare times that spring divot is the best to have. Oh my goodness. You're gonna see good futures all around. Okay, we only get good futures on this channel. If we get one single bad future, I cry. It should be down this. Yep, there it is. Okay, we may not have been able to go through the entire series of games without, you know, failing a special stage, but we can still do it without dying. We haven't died yet. Yeah, you see what I mean? You see why I gave that warning earlier and just now on screen? Yeah, that's why I warned you. It gets really psychedelic here. Oh, I hate it when I just miss it by like the underside. Go over here. Hang on, what's your pattern? Dead, that's what it is. I'm about to run out of time again. Oh my goodness! Oh, he's nuts! Come on, hit it! Yeah! Yeah! Oh! Dude, are you serious? Huh? Come on! Are you serious? Dude, this is the most elusive UFO of my life. How? I am going to scream. Thank you. Oh my goodness. That took way too long. I thought I was gonna have another reset. One more time stone, and then we can just kind of schmooze through the rest of the game. Ooh, future's all shiny and pretty. You know what sucks? Unless I look it up on YouTube, I'm only familiar with like the Japanese soundtracks for like the past and the present, not really the future, because like I don't really go there on purpose unless it's, you know, the boss fight. So like I'm not really familiar with them. Because like one of these things I like to do is the Sonic hurdle, where it's like every night you go on this site and it plays like a second clip of a Sonic song from any game in the series, or like most games in the series. And I try to do it every night to see how well I know like the series soundtrack. Some games I don't know, some I do. But whenever I hear the future like soundtrack for the Japanese soundtrack for Sonic CD, I do not know it off the top of my head. Like I gotta really think about it. I try to go based off the instruments and everything to be like, oh yeah, this is from Sonic CD. But like normally I don't know it. Okay, this boss fight's just really stupid on his end. Literally do not have that shield and you'd win. I don't know if that's part of the machine or if it just happened, you know, because the machine turning on or some shit, I don't know. but like if he's generating those bubbles on purpose, you are a dumbass. What's the fun of taking over the world without any challenge? I know, but like you're literally giving me air. You guys want to know some stupid shit Robotnik does? Like the very first boss in Sonic 2 on the Game Gear, Sonic's about to fall in lava, like he's gonna die, and then right before he like falls into the lava, Robotnik saves him, and then the boss fight starts. Dude, all you had to do was let me fall. I question you, you round f. Ooh, God, another banger of a track. You guys hearing this shit? Listen. And I immediately took it away because I need to go into the past. Samurai Jack. And I just spawned right in front of it. All right, guys, good work. We can go home. I mentioned earlier that Sonic CD soundtrack is like my top 3. The other being Sonic Adventure. And then the third one I would have to say would probably be... I gotta really think about it. I say top 3 instinctively, but in actuality, it's mainly those two. What is the third favorite Sonic soundtrack I really love? Let me really think about that now. I kind of put myself on the spot there. Final special stage, and just like any classic Sonic game, it's the worst for me. I can use the speed. Oh, dude, every time my depth perception with me every time I do these special stages. When I think I got the UFO and then I just don't. I want to get you. Oh God. There we go. Two more. Not bad, not bad. Okay. All right, one more, and then we are good on the best ending. And we did it! All time stones acquired. Let's go. Okay, that wasn't terrible. That one, I thought that was gonna go way worse because like when I just play this game on my own time, I screw that up. But I got it first try. Nice. Got them all. We can go to the future now if we want, just optionally, because now they'll all be good futures. It'll all look pretty and all that stuff. Woo! And there's the robot generator. We just passed it. Do you guys want to see it? It's right here. It's broken. We saved the future. But see, we automatically made a good future. Oh man, you guys want to see something real stupid? Check it out. All right, so this is the boss fight. He is on a treadmill. The station he's standing in is constantly grinding on it. Like it's losing parts of it, like it's shredding apart. All you have to do is constantly run on the treadmill until it completely wears out, and that's the boss fight. Again, Sonic CD boss fights are weird, dude. They're weird, but I kind of like them, I'm not gonna lie. He doesn't get the idea to already leave, if not just, you know, press up higher on the press that he's in. He clearly knows it's being grinded down. He can feel himself getting lower. I don't understand. And like, look, he's panicking. Dude, just get out of it. Raise it. What are you doing? And that's it. That is the boss. It's so dumb. Get back here, you fat f***. The wacky workbench. You want to know what makes it so wacky? This. It has springs everywhere on the ground that just rocket you into the sky. That is this whole stage's gimmick. I think it actually might be my least favorite zone in the game. Like, I wouldn't say I hate it, but it's like definitely the most annoying zone. Like I could just scale the top and continue that way, but I think it's easier just to scale the bottom and then just press forward. Oh, we got a future. Can I actually go to said future? Hang on, I want to try. Oh, well, that was lucky. All right, guys, let's see the future that we created. Hey, now that's looking purty right there. I can get past zone because it says zone 1. I go by acts. Sorry, game. I can get a faster time in Act 2, I think. Let's see. The thing about these floors that like project you all the way up is that they're not always like bouncy. Like they're sometimes off, but then they'll turn on occasionally. Not occasionally, but like they will turn on after some time. And see, look, already at the goal, a little over a minute. See, told you I'd get it done faster. Time for another quote unquote boss fight. I guess this one's more of a boss fight than the previous ones. You hit him, he dips, he tries to like drop some shrapnel debris on you, and then like the wacky workbenches come on, you jump up them, and then lather, rinse, repeat, just like that. All right, this one drops spikes down that you just move slightly and avoid them entirely, and I win. Where are you going? I'm faster than you. Where are you going? Sonic just tackles Robotnik to the ground at like Mach 3. Stardust Speedway. Ooh, such a jam. Such a jam. But like going back to what I was saying earlier, I love this stage, but it is a mess. Level design wise, it is a mess. It is so hard sometimes to tell what's like a proper land you can run on and then what's not. Oh, wait, I did see that. I'll be a good person. No, I won't. I saw one of the Metal Sonic stepping on an animal projectors, and I was gonna go back down, but the thing I went through has stopped existing as a non-existent platform, and it became a platform. I guess it just had to change of heart. Like, what the f was that? It was solid one moment, now it's not. Yo, this stage is crazy. There we go. I'm just holding right to win. All right, like I said, they're in every single 2D Sonic game. I don't know how Sonic didn't just barf there, but like there are a lot of moments where I'm curious why he doesn't barf. I probably could have finished that under a minute if I didn't like take a ride in that tube real quick. I'm over here talking about this being the most iconic stage, but that's also because it homes to the most iconic boss fight in the whole entire game. The introduction, the proper introduction to the Sonic series most, you know, noticeable and memorable villain, Metal Sonic. And this one's a different kind of fight. It's not a traditional boss fight. You're just racing him to the end. And that is an instant kill laser that is constantly chasing you. If you get hit by it, you instantly die, whether you have rings or not. Oh, the Metal Sonic racing theme. I love it. Oh my goodness. So here's how this race works. You have to make it to the end, and loser dies by that instant death laser. Metal Sonic has 2 attacks. One where he's behind you and he'll like dash forward towards you like real fast, and one where you're behind him and he'll do like this barrier move that makes him go by super slow. I guess it's a means of trying to attack you while you're like behind him, so you'll like run into him by accident. Ow. I will try to win this race first try. I make no promises. Oh, just made it. Oh my god, let me tell you right now, if I didn't have the drop dash, I probably wouldn't have won that. The drop dash actually was the GOAT right there. Oh my god, drop dash, I love you. She's smitten. She is absolutely schmitten. Oh, it's Metallic Madness. Okay, I realize I have 0 rings. I'm trying to be careful. I still want to go through this whole game series deathless. It's a big ask, but I want to know if I can do it. As long as I got 1 ring, I can keep on chugging. 1 ring is all I need. They even got it vertically, guys. We got horizontal and vertically here in Sonic CD. You know, no direction gets left out. Oh, wait, careful. At least I didn't hit it. I hit that one, though. I almost spin dashed right into it and I would have gotten crushed. I would have been so embarrassed by that. Heading to the last act and then the final boss, which kind of like the other bosses, it's not really hard. It's just kind of a waiting game. Well, it's a waiting game if you don't give a shit. Ooh, these are back. Woo! Sonic CD! Yeah! Okay, that wasn't as like exciting as before, but you saw where I was going. I will keep this deathless train moving. Run! But I got 1 ring. We all good. By the way, you wouldn't know by the speed these are going, but these actually shoot you upward. Check it. Ow. Ooh, I thought I was gonna get hit there. I had no rings. I couldn't guess where his like little explosive balls were gonna end up. I was very scared there. Also, now we're tiny Sonic. Look at us, we're cute little tiny Sonic. Isn't he adorable? Aw, collect the whole set. Sonic CD, you almost had me, you son of a bitch. You almost had me. And we're at the end. I got the future post, but I couldn't go to the future, but you know, it's fine. Now, as far as I am aware, there are 0 bottomless pits in this game, except for the area I'm about to go to. I honestly think the final boss stage is the only spot where there is a bottomless pit throughout the entirety of this game. Because I don't recall any that I've encountered on the way here, nor do I remember any throughout my years of playing this game. I think there's a bottomless pit here near the end, like right here, and if I f it up, then like that's a death. You have no idea how locked in I was right there, guys. Like, I got dead silent. I wanted nothing but absolute focus there. That is the only bottomless pit in the game that I am sure of. And, like, if I died through that 1 pit, I would have been very upset, dude. Sonic CD's final boss. And it takes 4 hits to beat. 1 for each of those propellers. You hit it once, a propeller falls off, and then, like, most people just kind of tank the first hit. Like, how you're supposed to do it is that he extends the 4 pillars at some point, and during the extension you can you have more space to actually hit him, but I don't give a fuck. All I need is one ring. All right, calm down. All right, guys, one more hit and that's Sonic CD. You're gonna give me my good ending, you fat. Come on down. I know you're gonna do the pogo thing. I know you're gonna do the pogo thing. Go ahead, do the pogo thing. There you go, I win. And that's Sonic CD, guys. We got him. We should probably get out of here. This whole place is exploding. Amy, girl, get over here. We gotta get out of here. And thus concludes Sonic CD. We saved Amy, got rid of all the metallic madness surrounding Little Planet, and we got the best ending. When I first saw this, I thought the planet was gonna explode with how like violently it was shaking. You know, the planet says it's thanks to Sonic and then leaves. And we don't see it again until Sonic 4 Episode 2. Gross. Again, I enjoy this game. I want to say I enjoy it slightly more than the first Sonic game. Like, I enjoy it more than Sonic 1, but it still has its problems. Again, the level design, especially near the end, you know, Stardust Speedway. But like, oh God, I would recommend it alone simply for the Japanese soundtrack. I know you can just go on YouTube and hear it, but oh, there's something about experiencing the original Japanese soundtrack in the game that it was like meant for. And like there's a different feeling to it. But I love this game. But these cutscenes showing right here, this is what I saw when I was a kid, and I thought they were showing snippets from a Sonic TV show that I didn't know existed. And I searched frantically across the internet thinking, where is this show? Why can I not find this show anywhere? I want to watch it. It looks super cool. Although whenever I see the opening and ending inside my heart, Sonic Boom still plays. Sonic Boom's the jam. Like, I love Sonic Boom as a theme song. It goes hard. I love it. Oh, the thing I said earlier. Guys, I finally remember what my top 3 favorite Sonic soundtracks are. It's this, Sonic Adventure, and Sonic R. Sonic R soundtrack slaps. TJ Davis, oh, she has such a beautiful voice. And because we got the best ending, all these beautiful flowers bloom, and the game tells us we're too cool. We're too cool, guys. You guys watching? You're too damn cool. I don't know how you do it. All right, have another ending. Hey, the tornado. Yeah, I was one of those kids growing up that I didn't know the tornado was Sonic's plane, even though it clearly says Sonic on it. Tails. Chaos Emeralds. You know what that means, guys. See ya in my favorite classic game in the series. See ya in Sonic 2. Oh, I can't wait. All right, this is it, guys. This is it. Out of all the games in this collection, this is the one I always look forward to because this game, it goes without saying, best 2D Sonic game in my honest opinion, with 3 and Knuckles right up there, but I got plenty of stories to tell as this goes on because it's Sonic 2, baby! Ah! Oh, we get Sonic and Tails' first meeting. He's keeping up with Sonic and he's with it. Oh, they're playing Emerald Hill. Love it. He's flying! He can fly! Sega! Emerald Hill Zone. Guys, I just need a moment. Just give me a moment, please. 1 second. Sorry, I had to take it in for a second. I got Sonic waiting and everything. I'm sorry. What can I honestly say about Sonic 2 that already hasn't been said before? A lot of people's first Sonic game, it's where they got their start. Surprisingly not with Sonic 1 as you might think. But for me, out of all the games, this one has a special place in my heart. Because in case you guys didn't catch it when I said it, this not only was my very first Sonic game, it was my very first video game period. Back in 1995 when I was 2 years old, Sonic 2, very first video game I ever held in my hands. And oh man, I'm gonna be just reminiscing and all that throughout the course of this playthrough, I'll tell you what. This was the introduction to Sonic's two-tailed friend and companion for the Sonic series to come, Miles Tails Prower, which the joke I did not get initially when I was a kid because, you know, I'm a kid. I just called him Tails. The full intensity of his name did not get. So let me tell you guys right now. If you watch the Sonic 1 and Sonic CD playthrough I did beforehand, first off, thank you, I appreciate it. And second, this point forward, this and 3 and Knuckles, I am 100% confident in the special stages. That's right. I am not gonna mess up a single time during these special stages, and if I do, that's gonna be really embarrassing. And let me hit y'all with another thing. We are getting all the Chaos Emeralds in this game, all in Emerald Hill. That's right, all 7 in the first zone. I'm crazy. This game showed the introduction of the half pipe, which would get very, very much overused throughout the Sonic series. But yeah, I don't mind the half pipe. I agree it's been overused to hell and back, but you know, could be worse. I played worse special stages. You ever played the Sonic Hero special stages? You ever played the Sonic Lost World 3DS special stages? Yeah. The half pipe don't look so bad in comparison anymore, now do it. The goal here is they give you a certain amount of rings to get. You collect them, there's 3 laps each. After each lap, the number of ring quota increases, and then boom, Chaos Emerald, baby. People say that, you know, having Tails in the special stages makes the special stages harder because he can collect rings too. And if he gets hit, that's less rings for your ring quota. But you know what? I like a challenge. Tails stays. That's my boy. But yeah, this game was the start of me becoming the gamer I am today. I don't know what to say about this game that I already haven't said before, just in general, because it's Sonic 2. All right, see, look at that. We're already at the second special stage. Now, I mentioned in the Sonic 1 video that I did play Sonic 1 at some point, but it was the second Sonic game I played. But the first one, this gem right here, I played this game back in 1995. I was 2 years old, never played a video game in my life, saw my mom and my sister playing it. They decided to give me the controller to try it out, and I just never went back. Just never went back. Me and Sonic, we've been like this for like 30 years. You can't see it. I've crossed my fingers. Like, we're like this. You can't see it though. Just take my word. That's what I'm doing. Look at that. Telling a whole story nonchalantly and got the second Chaos Emerald. Mwah. Easy. Fun fact. Here comes your Sonic fun fact. Duck. Yeah, I got you. I got to keep you on your toes. I bet you were expecting it to like come out of nowhere and explode like all the other times. Nah. I'm gonna leave you alone this time. You can play this game with Knuckles, you know, a character we'll get to know later, but you get to play this game with Knuckles originally if you locked on your Sonic and Knuckles cartridge with Sonic 2, and you can play as Knuckles in Sonic 2. And in that version, when you get rings to go to the special stage and you leave, you still keep your rings, because normally you don't keep your rings when you leave special stages, but they kept that for Knuckles mode. So I haven't played the Origins version of Sonic 2 in forever, so I actually did not recall that you get to keep your rings in this version. I wonder if there's a way to turn that off, because I always just like go back previously in the stage and I get all the rings I need to get and then just hit the next goalpost then. But this makes things easier for me though. I think the stage that used to give me the most crap was Special Stage 7, which, you know, Sonic game. Oh, well, Tails exploded. That's fine. 3 emeralds in the first act. I ain't even in Act 2 even. Boom. Act 1, done and done. And here's where I'm gonna get the rest of the Chaos Emeralds. And from this point forward, it's just a straight line for the rest of the game. I will try not to spam Supersonic throughout the course of this game, but you know, sometimes I can't help myself, and I do love me that Supersonic theme. You guys will hear it later, trust me. So what you want to do is you want to go up here first. There's a signpost a bit to the right, but in this game, if you hit a signpost and then like go backwards to one you haven't hit prior, then that one's already hit. So you want to do this one first and then go down and hit the other one. That way this one is still active. I also love the special stage like theme. It's good stuff. This whole game soundtrack, good stuff. I've been saying that about all the games, but like, you know, it's true. It's all good stuff. Come on, guys, give me a challenge. I'm acting extremely cocky, and that's gonna bite me in the ass if I fuck up. But yeah, I'm gonna be cocky anyway. Come on, game. These special stages are also like way easier in this version where I have a widescreen and like more of a draw distance. Like I got more real estate, so it's even easier than normal. Look at that, I'm already at the quota, even just by myself. I'm crazy. Actually, I want to know about you guys. Like, what was your very first Sonic game? Like out of the original like games, you know, like 1, CD, 2, and 3 and Knuckles. Like, what was your very first one? Like, let me know in the comments. I actually want to know. Well, man, see, look at that. I got the quota all by myself, and Tails got his daily allowance. Actually, another fun fact, you guys want to know something? I actually went to a convention that I normally go to every year, and one of the years a friend of mine actually got me all the Chaos Emeralds. They're right here on my desk, and like they're cool as hell to look at when I just want to like turn around and look at them, especially when the light is on. Like, I'll show you guys right here. Like, look at that. Isn't that sick? One thing I love about old school Sonic games is that even to this day, I'm still finding paths I did not know existed. Like, I'll be playing the game and, you know, I'll be like, all right, let me try something different. And then I'll like jump up a certain way and see this opening that I never knew existed. And I'm like, there's no way this has been here the entire time. There is no way, dude. They patched that. They patched that. There's no way. Easy peasy lemon squeeze. Oh, look, it's even yellow. That wasn't planned. Robotnik's out here trying to find all the Chaos Emeralds. Like, we just started, and he's like, where are they? What's that? Another special stage. Oh! Tails, I'm sorry if you get hit by any residue bombs, but like, you know, for the greater good, my guy, you know, I gotta do what I gotta do, you know? I love Tails. Like, Tails is my guy. Like, he's a great like partner and just best friend for Sonic. Like, this is an iconic duo right here. Like, what can you say about Sonic and Tails that hasn't already been said already? Like, I think the only time I really didn't care for Tails was everybody knows that infamous scene in Sonic Forces, like, you know, that scene. Yeah, Sonic, help me! You know, Tails has lost it. I think that's the only time I really didn't care for Tails. If I'm forgetting another moment where I really didn't like the character. Oh, wait, no. There is that, like, some of those moments in Sonic Lost World where I don't really care for Tails. Because, like, I really don't like the writing in Sonic Lost World. Maybe one day I'll play it for the channel. But now is not that time, and we won't be getting there for a while, and I got some things to say when we get there. But you know, that's a later date at a far later time. You know, we're here for the good old days when it was simple, you know, bouncing on Bagnicks, you know, getting Chaos Emeralds through special stages, you know, simpler times. So easy. By the way, this robot right here, this coconuts, fuck this coconuts. I got hit by this guy so many times when I was a kid because I would forget he was there, just like a lot of people do, and I would just run into him by accident. I hate that coconuts right there. He sucks. Who's ready to end this and get all the Chaos Emeralds? Most people just jump across. I swerve. That's way more dangerous, but it's like how I'm more comfortable with it. Like that. Like, Tails can't do what I do. You know what I mean? Easy. You just swerve. Swerving's just easier for me. To any Sonic the Hedgehog 2 players out there, do you jump across the bombs or do you swerve? I'm curious. You gotta go left, right, and then at one point you just stay left because they trick you into thinking that, you know, there's gonna be bombs on the other end, but nah, you just stay. Like right here, just stay left. Just stay left. See? They try to trick ya, but not me. I'm clever. And it's here we learn that the guy who's probably dropping the rings into these special stages just dropped the whole fucking bag because now they're just everywhere. I always pictured when I was a kid that, oh, there's someone probably at the end of these special stages, probably like dropping the rings and bombs everywhere. And you know, they're putting them in certain spots so I can grab them. And then I just figured like, oh, they dropped the bag. There you guys go. There you go. All Chaos Emeralds at Emerald Hill. I've never felt more confident playing these games than I do now. Sonic has all the Chaos Emeralds. And you guys know what this means. The series introduction to Super Sonic, baby. Now, for the 3 people that probably don't even know what the hell a Super Sonic is, let me show you. So we got the first boss coming up right here, right? Iconic little drill car right here. But you know, I want to transform. You know, I'm gonna Super Sonic, baby. You're invincible. It takes rings. You jump twice as high and you go twice as fast. And I love that Super Sonic theme. Like, look how cool he looks. Like, look at this guy. He's so cool. I remember when I first saw Super Sonic because I think my sister was the one that got him. I don't remember if she used the cheat code or if she actually got all the Chaos Emeralds. I don't remember, but I remember seeing that. And at that point I was a Dragon Ball fan and I was like, what? Sonic's a Saiyan? Oh my god. Time for Chemical Plant. And I do this every playthrough. I let go of the controller, I let Sonic just go with the flow, and then I go up here, and if you do that, and boom. They bring that little secret back in Sonic Mania, and I appreciate that. The only reason I don't want to spam Super Sonic is because I want to actually admire and appreciate all the bangers in this game. Like, in terms of soundtrack, like, oh, they're so good. So I will try not to, but like when I want to just go nuts, I will transform. I got all those Chaos Emeralds for a reason. I'm gonna use them. If anything, I'll probably let the song loop once if I already hadn't beaten the stage at that point, and then after that, I'll transform. All right, it looped. Fun time. This is probably still my favorite version of the Supersonic theme, because everything after this, it is so repetitious. Like, I'm not saying the theme itself is bad, but it's so repetitious. This super theme at least goes on for a bit. Because depending on when you get Supersonic or which version of Supersonic you get in Sonic 3 or Knuckles, the theme is different, but it's still just as like short looped and repetitious. And don't get me started on Sonic 4. You're like, ugh, oh my god. But this game and Sonic Mania's super form theme, oh, love them. Absolutely love them. Oh, you want to know something I used to do? You can't do it in later versions, but in the original like Sonic 2 and like ports based off the Genesis version, if you turned super while you had invincibility on, the stars would actually stay on you while you're supersonic. And in my head as a kid, I was like, oh, I'm Super Saiyan 2. Like, I would take the sparkles as the electricity, and I'd be like, oh, I'm Super Saiyan 2 now. Like, nothing happens. It's not like you hit harder or run faster or jump higher. It looks cool. The sparkles just stay on you for some reason in like the original versions and stuff. Hang on, guys. I think I feel a transformation coming on. Holy shit. Hang on, guys. You want to see some speedrun strats? We could go to the right or easy. He's been playing Sonic all his life. Playing Sonic 2 out of all the classic Sonic games is like putting on a fresh pair of pants, shoes. I don't know where I was going with that. Cozy slippers. That's what I meant. Normally I would do the Robotnik bounce in this boss fight, but I'm being a little bit more cautious because, you know, he's not cornered into the wall, so I can't just Batnik bounce off of him. I know you can do it if you're careful enough, but I was supersonic. I was going way fast. I did not want to chance it. Also, as minuscule as it is, I do love the effect of the Sonic 2 shield. Like, I think it just looks cool. I'm very easily pleased, especially in a game that I have an extreme bias for. Aquatic Ruin. You guys remember Labyrinth Zone from the first game? Well, think that, only, you know, if you play your cards right, you don't go in the water at all. So it's a way better Labyrinth Zone. I can't assume everybody has played or know about Sonic 2, you know? Even if it seems obvious to longtime fans like myself, or just like casual people who know the basics, I still want to give you guys some fun facts. Again, can't assume you guys have all played Sonic 2, and I'm golden. After I played this game for the first time, it solidified me as like, you know, a gamer and just a Sonic fan. I would go on later to like, you know, watch the TV shows like Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog and Sat AM. Not really Sonic Underground. In fact, to this day, aside from a few clips in the theme song, I have not really watched Sonic Underground because I don't really have an urge to. I've heard that out of all the old school Sonic cartoons, that one's the weakest, but I kind of want to watch it out of curiosity just so I can get my own proper opinion. Oh, I'm sure I'm probably still gonna think it's shit, but you know, get my own opinion still. Sonic the Hedgehog, you can't catch what he can see. Sonic the Hedgehog, he's gonna set Mobius free. Bet you guys don't even know where that's from. That's like a deep cut reference to something I'm not gonna explain. To people in the comments and people watching, let me know if you knew what I was singing right there and where it's from. Yeah, all of these Robotnik boss fights are just gonna fly by because I'm a god when I fight them. Run free, little flickies, run free! Easily one of my favorite zones in the game right here, and I think for a lot of people. Casino Night, oh, it introduces something important to the series. Compulsive gambling. Let's go gambling! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no! Well, that's a bad sign. Which can only mean I should do it again. Let's go gambling. Come on, big money, big money. Come on, come on. Yeah, Sonic. Sonic, there we go. Stop while you're ahead, guys. You know, you should never get too invested into gambling. It's an addiction and it's bad for you. I only did it because I have an addiction and it's bad for me. Oh, goodbye, Tails. What the f? He took the block with him? Wait, what? What? That normally doesn't happen. He just squishes him and goes back up. I'm guessing that's only something in the Origins collection because I've seen him die by that thing number of times in the original version. In the block stayed. That was new. That was crazy right there. Technically, this is a fun fact for Sonic 4, but you know, like I'm gonna say it now. In Sonic 4 Episode 1, there's a Casino Night ripoff. If you're supersonic when you go in the slots, you always get a jackpot. Like no matter what, you will always get a jackpot if you're supersonic going into the slots. It's like the one thing I can actually commend the game for because that's actually fun and funny that I can't lose my super form unless I go into a pit or get squished. Yeah, it was at this point that Sega was like, you know, after Sonic 1, you know, it was a good game. We can do better. We can do better. But you know, if we make a sequel, how about we just make it so there's only 2 acts per zone? You know, we did the 3 thing, you know, people liked it, but you know, let's cut it down just a little bit, just a little tiny bit. Oh my god, do you guys want to know something that was super annoying in the original release of Sonic Origins when you played Sonic 2? They've since patched it, but get this. So normally in Sonic 2, whenever you lose track of Tails, and you might have caught it a few times during this playthrough already, when you lose track of Tails, he'll like randomly fly in and spawn next to you as a means of, like, you know, the partner AI catching up with you. That's how it's always been for Sonic 2. You know, you lose track of Tails, he comes back later. In the original version of Sonic Origins, before they patched it out, they messed that up entirely. If you off-screen Tails, he wouldn't despawn and spawn next to you. He would just continuously jump to try and like meet up with Sonic. Like, his model wouldn't despawn. You would just constantly hear him jumping, trying to keep up with Sonic, but he would never actually appear next to him, and it was super annoying. And the only way to actually fix him was to, you know, either die or do something that I figured out. Nobody online told me this. I figured it out myself because I was curious. So in this version of the game, you can have Tails fly for you, and you can hang on to him, and you know, he'll help you fly to areas. You couldn't do that in the original Sonic 2, but you can here. So whenever he was jumping and he couldn't spawn next to me, I'm over here thinking, okay, let me try this. What if I do the command to make Tails fly and try to place him somewhere else, even though I can't see him, and see if that resets his model, so then he'll fly in and save and, like, you know, stop jumping and making the annoying jumping sound. And that ended up working. I don't know if I was the first person to discover that. I couldn't find anything online that told me otherwise, but you know, I figured it out. I got that annoying jumping sound to stop, and I felt good for it. And then shortly after, the patch happened, and it doesn't happen anymore. Anyway, Hilltop Zone. that rant went on for a bit, but yeah, that's fine. I think Hilltop's theme is my least favorite theme. Like, I don't hate it. Again, I love all the tracks in this game, but this is my least favorite track. And like, pattern alone, you probably think, oh, you're back in Emerald Hill. Well, I mean, like, it's blue Emerald Hill. I forgot when you drop dash when you're super, you make the screen shake. It makes it feel intense. I actually kind of have to be careful here, because if I go too fast, I can get squished. All right, I should be fine now. You can get squished there if you try to jump that gap too soon, because the game will register, oh, you got crushed. Your model can't fit through there, but you try to make it fit, so yeah, you're dead. Oh, here comes this part. Like this long ass vertical climb up. That used to terrify me as a kid. And I used to get scared so much in this area as a kid that the lava would always catch up with me. I'm like, oh, where do I go? Where do I go? I'm scared. Oh! And then I would just like cry. Every Sonic game, especially old school ones, there's always this thing. You guys want to see something? Check it. Ta-da! He's in the lava. Get him! Hide all you want, you gotta come out eventually, and you're dead. I am making a joke out of these bosses. I feel like this playthrough is only gonna go by faster, like I said earlier, purely because I keep turning super and finishing these bosses in like a few hits. The only time I can't do this is if I don't have any rings, like enough to transform at the end, or, you know, the final boss, which I do know confidently. But there's still a chance I could die. Ooh, Mystic Cave Zone. Oh, remember that stuff I said about Hilltop Zone? Complete 180 here. Oh, love this theme. Love it, love it, love it. I think this has to be my second favorite zone in the whole game. By the way, for Sonic enthusiasts, yes, we are in that zone. Not until Act 2, but we are in that zone. The one with the pit. What is the pit, you might ask? I'll explain that more in Act 2. And what? Did Tails just clip through the floor? Hold up, now rewind, zoom in. Did anybody else see that? He clipped through the floor, right? I didn't imagine that shit, did I? So I bet you guys are wondering, well, you know, JT, what's the pit? What is this pit you keep saying about? Well, let me tell you, kids. There is this infamous pit in Sonic 2, where if you fall down it, and it's very easily doable to fall down that pit. If you fall down it, there's just this long pit with a bed of spikes at the bottom, and you can't escape no matter what you do. And it's especially worse if you're supersonic, because you're just kind of chilling there until eventually you run out of rings and just die. And it's the worst. It's the worst. However, I should say it used to be the worst, because nowadays that pit is not actually a pit anymore. And what do I mean by that? I will show you if I happen to go the correct way. Oh, wait, no, I think I skipped it entirely. Wait, hang on. No, I want to see if I can backtrack. I want to showcase the pit.
The horror. The horror.
What am I fighting for?
That was my first death in the course of these games. Oh no! And it was in Sonic 2. Oh, I've never gone backwards from that, so I didn't know that there was a crusher there. Oh no! Live and learn, hang on to the edge of, you know, out of all the games, it had to be Sonic 2. I think that's the part that hurts me most. My ego is bruised. I died to show you, goodbye Tails. I died to show you this. A pit that normally would have a bed of spikes at the bottom. But nowadays, oh, hidden palace zone. There's a hidden zone here now. I hope it was worth my death just to show you guys this piece of info you might not even known. So Sonic 2 originally was gonna be a much bigger game, like way bigger than it is now. And one of the cut zones from the game was Hidden Palace, which, you know, to Sonic enthusiasts might sound familiar because, you know, Hidden Palace is a place in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Well, originally it was gonna be in Sonic 2. But, you know, due to time constraints and, you know, how large they wanted the game to initially be and they had to cut down, they had to cut the zone from the game. I am not drowning today, buddy. They had to cut the zone from the game. But if you went into the options menu, the soundtrack for Hidden Palace is still there. Like, and that always confused me as a kid. I was like, okay, I've played this game front and back. I've played all the special stages. But every time I go into the options menu, I hear this one track that just does not exist in the game. Is there a hidden zone I don't know about? Like, where is it? And that was before I knew, oh wait, it's a lost piece of track media from a zone that just didn't make it. Actually, you know what? If you're curious what that theme is, in case you don't know it, like the original Hidden Palace theme, here, I'll play a bit of it right now. Like, it's a really good theme. Like, it gives off a mysterious vibe, and it just makes me think that, oh man, we couldn't get this zone. That sucks. And then years later, boom, here we are. If you're wondering what the track that was playing the entire time I was here was, it's the Mystic Cave theme when you're playing multiplayer. And they just use that for this. You made me lose a life, you fat bastard. You don't even get to know what he did. Imagine coming out with a tuba, not saying anything, and then just getting wailed on and explode. I'm still a little bummed I got a death in this series, and it had to be in my favorite game out of the whole thing. But, you know, it's still not bad. I've died a lot of times in this game. You know, I was just trying to look cool. But you know what? I don't need to look cool for you guys. I just need to sit here, be my nerdy self, and play video games. And you know what? That's all that matters. By the way, we're in Oil Ocean Zone, and it wasn't until Sonic Mania where I was like, man, it would really suck if fire was lit here because this whole place is going up in flames. I do like Oil Ocean as a zone, but it's not one of my favorites. Anyway, I'm super again. I'm sorry to anybody who wants me to like actually play through the game and like, you know, actually you want to hear more of the game's soundtrack. But you know, I'm trying to play both sides. I stay in the zone long enough for you to hear the track until it loops, and then I transform. So, you know, both sides are happy. And if you're not, go f yourself. I always did love going through these spitty tubes. That's what I call them. These spitty tubes when I was a kid. And I just pretend like it was a roller coaster and it was the funnest thing in the world. And done. You think after encountering me several times in my super form, Dr. Robotic probably would have been like, you know, maybe I should start making my machines a little bit more resilient. This clearly isn't enough. Every time I show up, I barely get a word in and he just blows me up. I'm sure it'll be different this time. It's fine. All right, second to last zone of the game, Metropolis Zone. The only zone in the entire game with 3 acts, just like the first Sonic game. After this, it's one zone technically, and then, you know, Wing Fortress and then Death Egg, and then we're done. Tails, get out! Tails! I actually thought he was gonna get squished there. Hang on, no, he actually surprised me. Well done, two-tailed friend. Oh, no you don't, you slicer bitch! Slicers, that praying mantis looking thing you saw just a second ago. Then there's, shell crackers. Their name is shell crackers that people hate because their hitbox is weird. Because like they spring their claw towards you and you think, okay, jump over the claw, hit them. But like the hitbox of the actual claw, because you can't jump on the claw. Like even if you're in ball form, you'll get hit. But it's like the claw's hitbox extends further than the actual claw itself. So when you're about to hit the body and you think, oh yeah, I'm safe, I dodged the claw, you're technically still hitting the claw's hitbox. The hitbox of the actual crab is actually so much smaller in comparison. And I hate it. And slicers, I hate mainly because of their placement. Not so much the enemy themselves, their placement sucks. I do not like it. Say you're not super, you're just running, and then, you know, slicer out of the corner just throws their little boomerang claws at you, and then, oh, there goes all your rings, haha, because it was placed in an area that was dumb. But like, see the shell cracker? This shell cracker. I hate it. It smells funny. And then there are asterons. I think that's what their names are. The starfish looking creatures on the wall. If you get near them, they detonate and shoot the projectiles in 5 directions. On the corkscrew, it sucks because you're going up the corkscrew, and then like if you get hit, you fall off the corkscrew, and then like you're just taking a tumble back down, and then you gotta run away to spawn back in the corkscrew because it's all the way up. It sucks. Even worse if Tails is with you, because Tails is Tails when he's running faster, his hitbox expands. So there are times where asterons won't hit you if you're Sonic alone on the corkscrew because you're not long enough, or like you're not in their vicinity. But if Tails is on the corkscrew with you, he's just long enough for the asterons to activate and explode. So yeah, that's why I turned super there. I didn't want to deal with that. Listen, this stage bullied the shit out of me as a kid. I'm sorry if you guys want to hear more of the theme and, you know, want to admire the level a little longer, but no, this is the trauma talking. This stage. Again, Robotnik's got to be watching me doing this all on camera, and he's like, okay, I have faced this rodent multiple times now, and for some reason in that time he's gone golden, become some sort of god, and he keeps blazing through my areas in a millisecond. I can't do anything about it. He doesn't feel pain in that form. I hate him. I hate that hedgehog. You know, it's funny. In Sonic 4 Episode 1, slicers are there too. Like, slicers are a recurring enemy in most Sonic games nowadays. But in Sonic 4 Episode 1 specifically, if they lose their slicers and you don't kill them immediately after, they just self-destruct. They're like, oh, shit, I lost my only means of attack. Well, might as well commit Sudoku. All right, where is he? So this boss, every time you hit him, he releases a clone, and it gets in the way. It's kind of annoying, but I'm supersonic. Nope. Nope, nope, there we go. Those are all the major zones finally done with the game. I'm not even an hour in. Sky Chase Zone. For all intents and purposes, it's an auto-scroller. An auto-scroller in a Sonic game. And I know just the thought of that makes people hiss. But, you know, again, bias talking. I like this stage. Oh, I don't like it in terms of, like, you know, being an auto-scroller, because I think auto-scrollers in Sonic games are really stupid. But I love the theme. I love how they project the auto-scroller. It's not just, oh, it's a regular level, just the screen is scrolling for no reason whatsoever. But, like, you know, it makes sense in terms of what you're doing. You're in a plane, you're making your way towards the final area, you know, makes a great excuse to be an auto-scroller. And the music is just so calming, dude. It's so good. God, Sonic 2, I love you. I'll never get tired of you, man. We're besties for life. When I die, cremate me and throw in a copy of Sonic 2 in the jar. Oh, and here's Wing Fortress, the next zone we're going to. And I always like this visual display because no other game or like zone at this point has shown you like, oh, the zone you're gonna go to next or something like that. And you see the Wing Fortress in the background and you're like, oh man, I'm gonna go there eventually. That's crazy. You can turn super here. And I don't know if they fixed it for like Origins or not, but in the original version, if you turn super and then ran at full speed, the plane actually can't keep up with you and you'll actually run off the plane. Like normally the plane can catch you no matter where you go, but if you're super, you'll just run right off. All right, Tails, you and me against the world, buddy. Oh no, Tails, no. I'm sure he's fine. He's a tough kid. He's a tough kid. I actually didn't jump off the plane the first time I did this level when I was a kid because I didn't have the mindset to. I think it was my very first QTE in a way. I was like, what do I do? Second to last zone of the game. And you know what? I'm not gonna turn super here. Not until the end anyway, but I wanna enjoy this stage as it is. I do love me this stage. Fling me forward. Hiya! I always loved doing that. This stage is also just aesthetically just awesome. Like, it honestly feels like you're raiding his like last means of defense with this giant ship. And I know I've been glazing over this game like the entirety of this video, and I'm gonna be doing it even like more so, if not the same, when we get to Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but it's like, this game just means so much to me, guys. Just please understand, I love Sonic 2 so fucking much. I really do. Whee! What are the point of those? Like, those launchers? Like, realistically, there's no way Robotnik is taking those, right? Like, to get from room to room, he just steps on it and then shoots forward at Mach 1. All right, time for the boss of this stage. And I'm gonna make it a joke. So you have to hit this thing. What the game normally wants you to do is to step on that platform and hit it that way, but you can just do that. And then Robotnik's like, oh, shit. There we go. Oh, they de-transform you here. Okay. I'm not used to that. I played the original so much more than the widescreen remasters that I get thrown off by certain things. When you're supersonic normally and you do that fight and then you fall down to where like Robotnik gets in his ship and dips, you're still in your super form, but you look like regular Sonic. Like, your hair isn't spiked up. It's like the regular slicked back, but you're still glowing yellow and losing rings. It's weird, but it's kind of funny. All right, we're heading off to the final zone, y'all. It's here we learn that Sonic can breathe in space. I don't know how, but he can. By the way, Death Egg Zone theme, love it. You don't really hear it unless you purposely stay like and listen to it, because it ends almost immediately. And this is Silver Sonic, Robotnik's clone of Sonic that isn't Metal Sonic from Sonic CD. Also, he's a chunky motherfucker too. Like, Silver Sonic is chunky compared to Metal Sonic, but like, there's no race, it's just a traditional fight. But I beat him. That was his last line of defense that wasn't him directly. And now it's just me and you, Robotnik, it's me and you. And this right here was the scariest boss in the world to fight as when I was a kid. Death Egg, oh my God. Still kind of intimidating because, you know, I've never actually fought a boss, if we're not counting Sonic 1, where they didn't give you rings. There's no rings in this fight whatsoever. You gotta just be good at the game, because at this point the game is like, all right, you got this far, let's test your skills. Let's see how good you are at Sonic 2. And I've done this fight enough times where I can still confidently beat him without dying, you know, famous last words. But I still tense up a little bit sometimes. The strat is to get a running start so you jump a little higher, because the pricks of the claws can still hurt you. But, you know, I'm confident. I'm confident. So confident that I won no problem. And that's Sonic 2. That's it. I've done that final boss so many times, I'm just super confident. And you know what? I'm going to be for real with y'all. I love this ending theme so much, I'm not going to edit it. You know, I normally supercut, jump cut a lot of things, but I just want to take this time to just talk about how much this game means to me. You know, aside from all the haha jokes, funny, all that I do, this game legitimately means a lot to me. Because again, it's the very first Sonic game I ever played and the very first video game I ever played. It holds a super, super special place in my heart. And every time I hear this ending theme, I'm not gonna lie, I get a little bit of the feels, because I remember when I first heard this ending theme when I was a kid, when I actually officially beat this game that, you know, wasn't a cheat code. Like, when I legitimately beat it from Emerald Hill to Death Egg. And I can't put into words that I already haven't said so many times throughout the course of this, how much this game means to me. Like, it is literally, I don't want to say my #1 video game ever, but it's like, I will never tire of this game. I love its soundtrack. I love its introduction to Tails. I love the zones. I love the final boss. This game has consistently been a favorite of mine for over 30 years, and I'm pretty sure I can safely say for the rest of my life. Damn, I blew up his whole establishment. All right, guys, it's been a ride, but next time is the final game in this series. See ya for Sonic 3 and Knuckles. It is crazy to me that out of all the spots for this robot to land in the world, it falls exactly on Angel Island. And not only that, right where the Master Emerald Shrine is. That is crazy timing and convenience. Oh, shiny. There is one of my favorite characters in the series, my boy Knuckles. I like this is how he envisions like Sonic and Tails messing up his plans. Also, the 9 tails look for Tails goes kind of hard, unironically. Oh boy. My man got a new ally. Hey guys, it's me, JT, but from the future. Woo! So for all of y'all who've been watching these series of Sonic videos since the beginning, first off, thank you. Secondly, if you've looked in the playlist of those videos, you've probably noticed that it's titled Sonic Origins Mostly. And I bet you guys have been wondering what that mostly probably means. Like, what is that? What does that even mean, JT? Well, it's this game where that mostly comes in. Because I'm not playing Sonic 3 and Knuckles on the Origins collection. No. We're playing Sonic 3, but with oxygen. So this is Sonic 3 Air Edition. It's a version of Sonic 3 and Knuckles on PC that is easily the best version of the game thus far. It gives you so many customizable options for the game, like changing the music, which is the main reason why I'm doing this version of the game, and I'll go into more detail about that during the playthrough, trust me. Changing Sonic's moveset, changing the Lava Reef boss fight so it only takes 8 hits instead of 14. Thank goodness, I hate that fight in the original game. Now, just like the intro, you're still gonna see the outro from the Origins collection. Like, I'm gonna edit that in at the end of this playthrough, but like the main meat and potatoes of this game is gonna be from the Air Edition. So yeah, back to the playthrough. Past me, yoo-hoo! We finally made it, guys. We finally made it to the end of this series. Sonic 3 and Knuckles, right up there with Sonic 2 for me. This game, easily one of my favorite other 2D Sonic games. You know, that's not Sonic 2. Also, when I first saw this scene when I was a kid, that this dude just punched Super Sonic back to regular Sonic, I was like, oh man, that guy's gonna be the final boss, easily. So, elemental shields are something that only Sonic can use. You know, he has a shield on, and you double tap the jump button, boom, fire shield, shoots you forward, big old fire projectile, like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Also, special stages are not by checkpoints. There are these big old giant rings that you go in and boom. 3D! Blue spheres, classic special stage. Get all the blue spheres, you get a Chaos Emerald. That easy. I could get a better score by getting all the rings, which you can do by like circling the giant square of spheres, and it just turns into a ring. But nah, we're just playing casually for the most part. You know, I'm still gonna get all the emeralds, but I ain't going for perfects. First emerald acquired. It's green! 6 more to go. Technically 13 more to go, but we'll get into more of that later. So I just want everybody to know, you know, right off the bat, I am not playing Sonic 3 and Knuckles on the Origins collection. I'm playing Sonic 3 Air Edition, which is a PC version of the game. That it's easily the better version of the game. It is easily the better version of the game. Now you know why it says mostly on the playlist. And now Angel Island's on fire. That's just lovely. Unlike my fumble in Sonic CD, I shouldn't, hopefully, have problems with these special stages. I should get them all on the first try. I really hope I get them all on the first try. Please. I also forgot to mention that in these special stages, the speed does pick up after a while. And you know what? I actually prefer it when it goes faster. You know, my brain likes it when things go fast. I couldn't tell you why. Boom, easy. Second emerald acquired. So after I defeated Robotnik in the second game, you know, his machine, you saw it in the intro, fell down on Angel Island, and he's encountered by a new character of the series, Knuckles the Echidna, who is easily one of my favorite Sonic characters in the series, right up there with Blaze the Cat. Knuckles and Blaze, top 2 favorite Sonic characters in the series, easily. And Eggman tricks Knuckles into thinking, hey, these guys, they beat me up. I was just trying to make peace and shit. And they were like, no, you can't do that. And they beat me up and they took all my emeralds. And wow, hold on, hang on. I gotta interrupt the story real quick. I have never gotten the triple whammy of like monitors like this before. I didn't even know an invincibility box was in that spot. That is crazy. That immediately stopped the story. That was nuts. Eggman's tricking Knuckles into thinking that we're the bad guys. So he's gonna be kind of a nuisance throughout the entirety of this game. You will see him again, like not just in the beginning. So like every other Sonic game I've done on this channel thus far, I've always had a story to tell, like, you know, why each Sonic game is special to me and like my first time playing each Sonic game. The thing is, with Sonic 3 and Knuckles, the memory is there, but it's not a lot of solid memory, you know what I mean? Like, I remember when I first played this game, I was at a friend's house and he had Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and I didn't even know about this game's existence back then. I never saw the commercial with the whole lock-on technology thing, you know, when you snap in Sonic 3 on top of Sonic and Knuckles. I ain't never seen that shit before. So when I went to his house and I saw that, I was like, Oh my God. I thought that was the coolest shit in the world. I could not believe it. I was like, you can put a Genesis game on a Genesis game? Yo, the future's crazy. I don't know what to tell you. I'm losing it. So he shows me that, and I stay at his house for a good minute playing Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and I'm just having an absolute ball of a time because, like, I didn't own Sonic 3 and Knuckles. My only Sonic games that we owned in the house when I was a kid, like I've mentioned in the past, was Sonic 1 and 2. So when I saw Sonic 3, I was like, Sonic can go even further beyond? What? I think my first time actually owning Sonic 3 and Knuckles was on the Sonic Mega Collection on the GameCube. I think that was my first time actually owning that game. Oh, also, the bonus stages that don't tie into getting Chaos Emeralds, there's such a variety of them now. We've brought back compulsive gambling! Let's go gambling! You don't get an emerald from these stages from Signpost like in the second game. It's purely just for extra coins and like... I really just said coins. I said coins. I am such a fake Sonic fan. You know what threw me off? It's because you get coins instead of extra lives in this game. So my brain like got scrambled. So I didn't know how to like process it. I am very embarrassed that I just called them that. Oh my God, I have never made that mistake before. I'm losing it. I smell another special stage. My nose never fails. There's a bit where you have to jump over some bumpers to get to the other side, and that always tripped me up as a kid. Because my brain at this point wasn't registered that, oh, wait, there are spheres that aren't always connected to each other. They can just bridge them apart from each other. This game is doing all kinds of crazy things. So the main reason why I am playing the Air edition of Sonic 3 and not continuing, you know, playing the games on the Origins collection like I have been this entire time is because the soundtrack. And for Sonic fans, you know, this story ain't new, but like for people who don't know, some of the soundtracks in the Origins collection aren't the original tracks from the original Sonic 3 and Knuckles. They were changed due to, I don't know, copyright, trademark shit. I'm not gonna pretend I know the exact details, but long story short, some of the tracks in the original game are not the original tracks in the Origins collection. Hang on, is this a different bonus stage? Nope, the different bonus stages you get from Signpost all depends on the number of rings you have by the time you go in it, I think. If anybody wants to correct me, please tell me in the comments. I honestly can't remember. So normally this can't hit you, but for the default settings of the Air edition, these things can actually hit you. Normally you can just run straight across and like, you know, they'll just barely miss you. It's more for a cinematic effect. Get him, Tails. Get him. You're trying your best. There is a trick you can do where you can just bounce on him continuously, but I didn't want to do it. Also, I wanted the fire shield so his attacks literally can't hurt me. Get shit on, Eggman. You'd think after 3 adventures, he would have learned by now, but I guess not. Oh, hey man, how's it going? Look, I think there might have been some sort of misunderstanding. Hydro City Zone. And no, I will not bring up the Hydro City debacle. You all know what it sounds like and how it should be said. But if you do say Hydrocity, you've most likely committed war crimes. Oh wait, I think this is actually a different one. Oh, this is the sphere one. I love this one. You got to use the power of momentum to shoot yourself up. And whenever you hit the tinier spheres, you have a chance of getting something nice or just nothing at all, like there. Sometimes you'll get a shield like that. Like that's a bubble shield and that's a fire shield, which I haven't even really shown off the bubble shield. I showed off the fire, but I didn't show off the bubble. The bubble shield essentially gives you a higher jump. It bounces on the ground and then you go up higher as a result afterwards. Then there's the electric shield, which is my favorite shield in the series. I love the electric shield. You get a double jump and it attracts rings. I forgot there are achievements in this version of the game. When that came up, I was like, what? You might see a few achievements pop up here and there. I totally forgot about that. This game used to be 2 games, Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. I was first introduced via both, because like I said, my friend had Sonic and Knuckles, like he had the lock-on game and he had Sonic 3, so I was lucky enough to get the whole experience off rip. Also, I mentioned this on the YouTube post and on Blue Sky, but for people who haven't seen it, this video would have been up already, I want to say like maybe a week, maybe 2 ago. But in between that time, a unofficial version of the PC version of Sonic Unleashed dropped, and Sonic Unleashed is one of my favorite 3D Sonic games like in the series. So that took priority first and foremost. Like I needed to play a PC version of Sonic Unleashed because no PC version of that game exists yet, and I really wanted to play it. I really did. So I spent the last couple of weeks playing it. I'm still not done at the time of this recording. I'm near the end. I'm literally about to do Eggman Land, but I had to get my Sonic Unleashed on PC on. I've never played the game at 60 frames before, which is so funny because I was slowly debating on getting an Xbox Series X purely for the reason for playing Sonic Unleashed at 60 frames. And I knew I wouldn't be the only Sonic fan who has done that. I know a lot of Sonic fans that have only gotten an Xbox Series S just to play Sonic Unleashed at 60 frames and nothing else. Maybe they downloaded Netflix too, I don't know. But my brain was like, the fact that I'm starting to consider getting a whole console for one game, which normally I frown upon, I feel like that means that there's gonna be a PC version of the game that's gonna release soon, purely because I'm feeling like doing this now. So you know what, I'm gonna chill, I'm gonna wait. And sure enough, like 2 to 3 months later, PC version of Unleashed. I just saved myself $300. Ooh, extra life. Things like that. Like that extra life is different if you're playing Sonic 3 alone. I think it's a spring in Sonic 3. It's a spring in Sonic 3, but it's an extra life here. Like when you combine the games, it changes some things. I pose a question to you all, as I have done in these games thus far. Which side of the game do you like more in terms of levels? Like, do you like the Sonic 3 levels more than the Sonic and Knuckles levels? Or do you like the Sonic and Knuckles levels more than the Sonic 3 levels? Let me know in the comments. I want to know, because personally, I like the Sonic 3 levels more than the Sonic and Knuckles ones. Don't get me wrong, the game as a whole is just magnificent, but like, I definitely vibe with the Sonic 3 levels more than the Sonic and Knuckles levels. I'll go into it more when we get to the Sonic and Knuckles levels, but like, you know, personal opinion, some of you might disagree, but you know, we'll get there when we get there. I'm getting a gut feeling, and I normally go with my gut feeling when I feel like this, but I feel like because I didn't do it properly or long enough, that my controller might die as I'm playing this game. And if it happened in a special stage, I'm gonna be very upset. 6 Chaos Emerald down, 1 more to go. I'll try not to spam Supersonic a lot, but guess what? One of the features in this version of the game that you can do is change the Supersonic theme. The Supersonic theme in Sonic 3 normally does not have its own super theme like in Sonic 2. It just uses the invincibility theme, which I like, but it's so repetitive. Imagine hearing this theme on loop as Supersonic. Like, I like the theme, but I don't want to hear it on loop. It's too short. But I changed it so you can hear the Sonic 2 Supersonic theme instead. Haha, I love this version. I am going to plug in my controller now before I forget. Excuse me. I'm all plugged in and ready to go. Look, I already died once in Sonic 2. I am not gonna have it happen again in this game, purely just because my controller died on me. You ain't getting that from me. If I die, it's of my own fault, not my controller's. Last special stage, and then you do that, and you do that, and you do that. Easy, easy, and boom. Okay, where are these last 4 spheres? Oh, they're there. And there you go, guys. All the Chaos Emeralds already by Zone 2. Sonic got all the Chaos Emeralds. And you might think, oh, you can just speed run through the rest of the game. No. If veterans know, I technically only have half the emeralds right now. What does that mean? I'm not gonna spoil it for you. I'm not gonna assume all of you have played Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I'm not gonna say a goddamn thing more. Oh, okay, there you are. Look, I was trying to tell you earlier that I'm just trying to explain myself to Nipples the Enchilada and he won't listen. Why won't he hear me with his rock hard fist nipples? Oh, here's the 3rd bonus stage. The little like gumball machine. You bounce on these and like you'll get a different treat every time you hit it. You know, either a different shield or some rings, you know, stuff like that. So you guys want to see Supersonic again? Because I know I do. I felt bad for Robotnik because this adventure is telling me it takes place immediately after Sonic 2, and he already had to deal with my super shenanigans then, but even now he sees me going golden and he's like, not again? Are you serious? Marble Garden Zone, not to be confused with Marble Zone from the first game. See, that one was just a marble. This one has a garden in it too. There's a difference. Oh, but I love this tune right here. Hang on guys. Are you hearing this? Are you hearing this? Oh God, I love the music in Sonic 3 and Knuckles so much. They are all bops. Most Sonic soundtracks in games are bops. Oh man, I love them so much. Not all of them, but most of them. By the way, I caught the 2 of you in the comments who caught that Sonic song I was singing in Sonic 2. Well done, well done. You are indeed worthy of those Sonic badges you have on your chest. I'm glad you caught on what song I was singing and where it was from. By the way, every big ring from this point forward is just an instant 50 rings. I love that function. You have no reason to go in the special stages anymore. We'll just turn it into 50 rings. It's an instant super transformation, essentially. All right, come here, you Dictron 5000. I don't know what your name is if you have one. And there we go. Ooh, fire shield. No thanks. I'll keep my electricity, thank you. Although I am upset that it's blocking my face. By the way, I was both debating and someone asked me, okay, JT, are you going to make these 2 separate videos? Like, you know, are you going to divide Sonic 3 into one video and then Sonic and Knuckles? Or is it just going to be one big video? And I thought about it, and then I remembered what I said at the very beginning of this series that, you know, I said it was going to be 4 videos. And if I split these 2, then it'll be 5, and then I'll be a liar. So I hope you guys, you know, got nothing to do today, and, you know, you got some snacks, you know, you like hearing me commentate about Sonic and all that. From what I've gotten in the comments, you guys have really been enjoying this series, so, you know, thanks. I'm glad I could help, you know, entertain you and cure any boredom you might have. I'm just a silly guy. I'm just a silly guy playing Sonic, that's it. There are Batniks that look like spikes, and they're not really harmful. You just bounce off of them. I don't know why he would make them that way. I would have just kept the spike design, but like, you see this guy? He's fake. If I was Robotnik, like making a Batnik look like a hazard that I'm grown accustomed to since the first game, pretty genius. Making the spikes rubber, why would you do that? Just make them actual spikes. Spikes that shoot? Come on, Robotnik. This game also introduces the interest. I cannot English. This game also, oh my God, this game also introduced, thank you, JT, for learning common English. This game also introduced the Insta Shield. It's just like literally a quick little shield that you get when you normally just double tap A or X. I'm using a PlayStation controller. It's that right there. It's so simple on paper. It's easily one of my favorite moves in the Sonic series, right up there with the drop dash. You can get away with hitting so many things if you time it just right. Like most, if not all bosses, fear the Insta Shield. You will be a demigod of some sort if you use it correctly. Or I could just be an actual god. I'm super again. I've got you now. Oh my God. This is a cool fighting concept, but you can utterly like cheat it by doing this. I don't think I got all the hits because I kind of missed, but he's almost dead, or he should be dead right now. Like, you use Tails to fly up to him, and normally that last hit would have killed him because, you know, I hit him like more than 8 times on the ground, but like I messed up. This should kill him though. Like, it's a cool fight concept if you're not super. Even if you are super, Insta Shield. So I don't know about you guys, but who wants to go to the carnival? Go to the carnival. Now this is the jam right here. So let this track be the prime A example as to why I'm playing this version. Because in the Origins collection, it ain't this theme. It's a completely different theme that, to be fair, I don't find bad, but nostalgia plays a heavy part on how I feel about this soundtrack. I ain't even gonna try to fake it for you guys. Also, you know, with my love for Casino Night, this one also just kind of gelled with me because, like, you know, instead of a casino, it's, you know, it's a carnival. And who doesn't like carnivals? Carnivals are awesome. You get nice fried food, cheap rides that can break on you at a moment's notice. These in-between springs that I told you keep popping up in every Sonic game. We've seen them in every game thus far, except for the first game, I think. Oh, these things are back again. Oh yeah, let's go, baby! Now, Sonic fans are probably waiting for me to discuss the barrel, but I'll discuss that when we actually get there. But just know the barrel will be talked about at a later date. All right, we're at the boss. You can't damage this thing, like, at all. What you have to do is hit it, make it reveal its weak spot, and then just have its like little Beyblade dreidel thing hit itself. You can't ride on top of it. That was close. I was literally about to say be careful because you can get crushed by it, and Tails took the hit from me. What a guy. He's a champion. Again, going in with the mindset of trying not to die, it really makes everything seem a lot scarier than it is. Oh, there you are. Look, I've been trying to talk with you all day. Look, there's been a misunderstanding. You are working for the wrong person. I'm actually the good... And he turned off the lights. Okay, great, thanks. I'm just trying to talk with him. I'm trying to get this whole misunderstanding dealt with, but he won't listen. He just f***s with me, chuckles and leaves. Why am I going with the water? I don't like this. This isn't a thing normally. Why am I going with the water? You normally just sink. My favorite combination actually is Electric Shield with Supersonic, because when you're Supersonic, you can't use the actual like abilities of the shields. Like, I can't double jump or fire dash or bounce if I'm like Supersonic when I have those shields. But like the actual attributes I still keep. So if I had the Electric Shield, I would still gather rings around me. Also, this is the barrel, and like everybody else, I did die here when I was a kid because I didn't know you had to go up and down, because the game never told me. and I don't know if the instruction manual actually told you that you could do that, unless it did. Oh, there you are. Look, will you just stand still and listen to me? Please stop laughing. Every time you laugh, something happens to me, and there I go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's so funny. That's there with the fucking Hidden Palace zone in Sonic 2, where he just showed up, did nothing, and then died. Where like, he just comes in, drops a ball, and then that's it. Ooh, ice cap. Aha! It starts off so cool. Just starts off snowboarding. That's so sick. Yet another track in the Origins collection that is not the track you're hearing now. And I'm upset about that. Sorry, I legitimately was not paying attention and not talking because I was too busy jamming to this game's soundtrack. Oh, I love it so much. Ooh, little penguins. It's the Penguinator. I actually think that's its name. I might be gaslighting myself. Is that its actual name? Future me, is that its actual name?
Oh, yeah.
This is the first Sonic game, I'm pretty sure, because Sonic 2 doesn't do this, where your super state changes the color of your eyes. Look, my eyes are green. Which is crazy because that's what the color of modern Sonic's eyes would be by default. So I always came up with this like this headcanon of mine when I was a kid that, oh, when classic Sonic, his eyes turn green, modern Sonic's eyes are just green by default. Maybe that's like the chaos energy just kind of fusing with his body. Like, you know, he's turned super so many times at this point that his eyes have just become the default green when he turns super. That's what I always thought about when I was a kid. So there you go, guys. That's why classic Sonic's eyes are black, but modern Sonic's eyes are green. It's all that chaos energy. This mini boss music slaps. Like the Sonic and Knuckles variant of the mini boss theme is okay, but like the 3 version, mwah. Nice to know that there are ice variants of the Orbinauts, but like, you know, at least they throw their things like they do in Sonic 1 and 2. Not like the green Orbinaut from Starlight Zone. Remember that asshat? What the fuck was that? What was that? I was raring to go with my momentum and everything, and then like, no, I'm not getting cheated by that. No, Tails, take me up. Oh, thank God, you're not golden. You know, for a second, I thought I wasn't gonna win this fight by any chance. Now I actually think I have a chance. Hang on. I actually just want to sit and vibe to this real quick. Like, hang on, let me vibe. All right, thank you for allowing me to have that moment. Yet another track that is unfortunately changed in the Origins collection. I like the Origins collection as it is, you know, all 4 games that, you know, put Sonic on the map all in one package, you know, like it, appreciate it. But man, because of the whole like music shenanigans and shit, it's just like some levels don't hit the way they used to purely because the track is different. But hey, 3 out of 4 games playing it on the collection ain't bad. You know, this was just the game that was the one exception. But you know, hardcore Sonic fans watching this, I know you guys agree with me. Come on now, you know the soundtrack slaps. I had to do it. I had to do it. Again, momentum. Where did you go, my guy? Sir, is that a bomb? Did you just throw a bomb? Camera? Okay, I'm like, what is happening? Normally the camera pans up, so I think I actually glitched the game. The camera's supposed to pan up here. The bottom flashes? What, it shares the same like color palette coding as the mini boss? I never knew that. Hang on, I want to see if I can grab that one at the bottom too. Like you gotta do it just right. Hang on, let's just. Ah! Nope, I'm not hitting. Tails, I deliberately wasn't trying to hit that one so I could get these 2 ring boxes. Tails, what is going on with momentum in this game? I don't know why it took me until like this zone to bring this up, but if it wasn't obvious to y'all, this is the game that actually changes Sonic's model. See? It's different from how he looked in Sonic 1 CD and 2. I will be doing a Knuckles run of this game later down the line, but right now I just want to mainly focus on Sonic. So Knuckles will get his time in the light, you know, just give him a bit, you know? All right, buddy, come here. Look, not even caring. Not even care. Man's hitting him with his back. Disrespectful Sonic, but you know what? I respect it. Look, dude, you have been a nuisance this whole time. I'm just trying to talk to you. Okay, well, now you're just being a dick. Come on now. Oh. Look what happened. You know what they say, Knuckles. Karma, she's a bitch. I'm just gonna stand here. Well, wasn't that exciting? But if you were playing Sonic 3 alone, then you get this fight, and I love this track. Big arms. I love the Big Arms track. It is so good. If you're playing Sonic 3 alone, this is the final fight. And with a track like this, ooh, it defo feels like it. I don't know if they did the thing where, I don't remember what version of Sonic 3 it is, but I remember playing a version of Sonic 3 when I was a kid that if Big Arms actually grabs you, even if you're Supersonic, he can knock you out of your super state. I don't know if this is that version, but I don't want to test it. All right, guys, there we go. That is the end of the Sonic 3 portion. And now we move on to Sonic and Knuckles. Oh, well, we broke off our platform. That's lovely. Oh, there goes the Death Egg. It's falling down. We ruined its construction. In case y'all don't know, like, you know, Launch Base was for rebuilding the Death Egg after we, like, messed it up in Sonic 2. Oh, wait, guys. Shh, shh. He's coming. Oh, is anybody here? Is anybody here? No? Oh, okay. I'm just gonna leave. Oh boy, Big Ring, seizure-inducing flavor. My favorite. My Chaos Emeralds. Master Emerald was like, we're gonna take these from you. You've been spamming the shit out of Supersonic, dude. Ooh, they're big emeralds now. Welcome to the second half of this video. All my Chaos Emeralds have been turned into Super Emeralds. And with that, 7 new special stages. So, because that little light show happened, I can't turn super anymore because I don't have the emeralds anymore. Like, you know, they're gone. They were sucked out of me. All right, 6 more, which means there's probably a line of those things that I missed. Ah, there it is on the opposite side. Ow, easy. So how do you guys like your Chaos Emeralds? I like them gigantic. Sonic got a Super Emerald. It's like a Chaos Emerald, but you know, and then the color and life gets back into it. Boom. 1 down, 6 more. In Sonic 2, you know, I got all the Chaos Emeralds in the first zone. You can do the same thing here from what I've been told, but I've never actually done it. I've gotten 6 emeralds in Mushroom Hill total, but I've never found the, like, you know, the 7th ring. So, like, if you've done it, you know, feel free to brag in the comments and tell me how much better you are in this than I am. Like, some of them are in, like, you know, walls with, like, you know, little passageways in them, but I never know which wall to hug to find it. I lied, I'm actually the greatest Sonic player of all time. Look at this pretty red one that we got. Look at it, she's a beauty. Let's get them a friend. This one on paper is so easy, but it fucked me up so many times when I was a kid. It's literally just a continuous square. Just make sure your turns count when they count and you'll be fine. Despite how many years I've been doing these special stages, I still want to make sure I focus. That's it. I get the last 2 going backwards. Got another Super Emerald, baby. Blue. And we're at the mini boss. It's a lumberjack. You know, I may not have Supersonic, but I'm still a demigod because of, you know, Insta Shield. He cut off 1 piece of the tree and that was it. Oh, hey man, how's it going? Look, I know we got off on the wrong foot earlier, but I think that, what are you doing? What are you doing? I can't touch the ground. Ah! I really want to find a special stage, but I also don't want to actively try to, like, you know, look for one. Like, if I happen to come across it, then, like, okay, la-di-da, whoop-de-doo. But, like, I want to get at least 3. I've only found 2. I can never remember where the hell they are. And every time I go into the wall where I think I find one, it's just an item box. And I'm like, that's not what I wanted. I do know where one is. There is one I consistently know where it is near the end of this act. It's pretty obvious, but, you know, all the ones before that, purely luck. Where, oh, where could that special stage be? We're in a different season now of Mushroom Hill. There is one special stage. I know where it is here, and we're coming up to it soon. There you go. There's one in here. Unlike the first set of 7 emeralds from the Sonic 3 portion, you can tackle these emeralds in any way you want. I'm just choosing to go from, you know, left to right because I'm a simple bitch. This one's pretty straightforward. It's not hard at all. I honestly don't think any of these are hard. There we go. Easy. Easy. 3 down, 4 to go, baby. You guys want to see something nuts? Check it. And just like that, he's mostly dead. I may not be golden, but that doesn't mean you're any less. Look at that. 2 hits, me and Tails combo, easy. Oh, also, this game introduced scene transitions, going from one zone to the next, and, you know, showing how Sonic got there instead of just, like, you know, fading out and fading back in, you know, him at the next level. Something you think I would bring up at the beginning, but I'm only kind of, you know, decent at my job. Flying Battery, another banger of a track. The level itself, meh. I'm sorry if I offended any Flying Battery enthusiasts and lovers in the comments, but I don't really care for this zone. Like, I don't think it's bad at all. Like, I just don't really, you know, care for it. Uh-oh. Well, there's death number 2. Okay. And that was so easily, man. Like, the death in Sonic 2, okay, that one kind of caught me off guard, but that one was so avoidable. But I can still keep this train rolling with the special stages. Let's go. Yeah. Whoa. I have 31 lives. I may have died, but you are not seeing a game over. I so rarely game over in Sonic games. I used to have a streak of like not getting a game over in a Sonic game that I had from like the mid 2000s to like 2014. And I was like, damn, you know, I've died, but I haven't gotten a game over in a Sonic game in forever. And so, you know, Sonic Lost World came out, and, you know, I tried to get all the red rings pre-patch. Wait. I think I am in the right spot. Hang on. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. You know, we're going to save the middle one for last, since, you know, that one is directly underneath the Master Emerald. We're going to save that one for last. Yeah, all the spheres here are in a condensed area, so this shouldn't take me too long to do. All right, and we get the 6 right here, and it's over. See? Easy. The level didn't even get to pick up, like, the 3rd level of speed. And that makes, what, 4 emeralds, I think, right now? Yeah, 4. I can count. Nice. Either way, even if I was super, I can't cheat this fight because this, like, you know, this thing is dumb. I don't know what he thought when he was making this. Like, I'm utterly baffled about this one, Robotnik. I know it was like, you know, the point was like, oh, I'll trick him. I'll make him think like, you know, animals are in this. But if it attacked faster, maybe then, you know, you'd probably have something, but like, you don't. Ooh, the Act 2 theme. I love it more than the Act 1 theme. I do know where one special ring is in this stage. Just one. All I remember is you have to move a spike to get to it. I don't remember if it's here though. Oh God. Invincible. I think I might have passed it. Again, I'm really not familiar with the giant ring locations, especially in this zone. Oh, I forgot about this one. I actually forgot about this one. I don't remember what, okay, I do now. I was about to say, I don't remember this one. I was gonna be new to this one because I was like, wait, which special stage is this? Oh, hang on, you can do this. Easy, you can cheat the system. Boom, boom, easy. And look, we're already done. We're already done. Easy. 2 more emeralds left. I love the way they showcase you getting a super emerald. Like, instead of it just showing up on the white void, they show it on the altar and it just like, you know, you see it get its color back. I think it's really cool. We're getting a repeat of the Wing Fortress boss fight, essentially. This one, you kind of just have to wait. Oh, no, wait, you can't break it. I forgot. I'm playing the Air Edition. Okay, so I actually completely forgot. In the original game, you have to wait until his laser hits his own base, which he didn't like think about ahead of time. I don't know why. But you normally just have to wait that out. What is the point of this? Man's going, It's like, what is he doing? All I've proven is that, you know, yeah, the emeralds make it easier, but you're still easy, my guy. Is it really safe for me to be releasing these woodland critters at the altitude that I am? Like, the birds are fine, but like the squirrels are Sandopolis. Okay, this level is the main reason why I prefer the Sonic 3 levels whole over the, like, you know, the Sonic and Knuckles levels. Is because I don't like desert levels. I don't like desert levels. I have disliked desert levels for most of my life. Not all of them are bad. Not all of them. But some of them, most of them, I do not like. The only desert levels that get a pass for me are Gobi's Valley from Banjo-Kazooie and the Desert Kingdom from Mario Odyssey. Those are the only exceptions. If there is another one, I can't think of it. But it's mainly 3D desert levels I don't like. But like, you know, this is like one of the rare 2D exceptions that I don't like it. Come on, big money, giant ring. Yeah, let's go. Let's hope I don't goof it. I'm already at 2 deaths across this whole, like, you know, series. But I only messed up on a special stage 1 time. Is it this way? No. Oh! Ah! God damn it. So what, we're at 2 deaths and 2 failed special stages? That's fun. That's what a ball. I can think of one person specifically in the comments, and you know who you are, that'll, like, you know, flame me for messing that up, or at least laugh. I know exactly who you are, and you know who you are too. It's not like I could have beaten this thing easily with Supersonic. Again, it's kind of like a waiting game. I think that's my other issue with the Sonic 3 portions, that the mini bosses are more waiting games, and one boss later on. There you go. Hope you guys aren't afraid of ghosts. This act is where I mainly get all the emeralds. Oh, well, and there they go. So we just freed a bunch of ghosts. Oops. Yeah, okay. So this special ring is normally where I would get the last emerald, but because I goofed earlier, it's not. You've all seen me do this before. Let's just skip to when I win. Hopefully when I win. Only one more to go. You have to keep the lights on because it keeps the ghost at bay. But over time, you know, the lights will start to dim and, you know, the ghost will start coming out. If the lights go completely dark, the ghosts are like at their biggest and they actually damage you. Like they'll actually like try to attack you when they damage you. It's getting dimmer. I need to find a light soon. The ghosts are getting angry.
And it's gone!
There it is. It's time for the final one, baby. Like I said at the beginning of Sonic 1, we're getting all the Chaos Emeralds and all the Time Stones. And this is the last game where I have to do it. Oh, it's a wrap. We're done. We're good. We're so back. And of course, the final emerald is green. Sonic got all Super Emeralds. I don't just turn into Super Sonic. No, we go even further beyond. Hypersonic! Warning, if you are prone to seizures or epilepsy, look away, because I actually don't know if this form might f with you or not. So, Hypersonic is like Supersonic, but coked out of his mind. So, Hypersonic glows multiple colors, he has sparkles around him, and another thing that I couldn't show off because I utterly destroyed Robotnik there, he has these cool after images of himself that go by when he runs fast enough, or just when he moves in general. And for some odd reason, and I can't explain why, he can breathe underwater now. Yeah, I don't know why. Supersonic can't breathe underwater, but Hypersonic can. I guess the motherfucker just grows gills. I don't know. Another reason why I gave that like epilepsy seizure warning earlier, he also has like a screen nuke move, which makes the screen glow or like blink white for like a second. But like it destroys everything on screen if you use it, and it also acts as like a mid-air dash. By the way, I'm in Lava Reef, and I do love me some Lava Reef. Yes, I do. Does Robotnik take these down? Because like I spin dash on these to make them go down. How does he take them down? Does he roll up into a ball and like he takes them down, or does he just run on it really fast? Uh-oh. I was afraid of hitting the lava. I'm gonna warn you guys right now. I'm about to do the screen nuke. So again, you know, look away if, you know, you're prone to the stuff I said before. So, like, you know, here it is. Like that. Like, obviously, I'm not going to spam it, but, like, that's what happens. I worked hard to get these emeralds, so you bet your ass I'm going to use this form. All right, these are the tentacle arm things. All right, I'm not going to lie. My brain was wired to the Sonic Mania fight of Lava Reef. This giant hand belongs to something. I don't know who or what it belongs to, but it's scary. We did it. Yay. This theme, a lot calmer, a lot more relaxed than the earlier one, and a lot more blue. I do like this version of the theme more than the Act 1 theme, though. Can I prematurely turn off the form? I don't know if you can do that here. Let me see. You can. Okay. I like that. Fun fact, in the original, you can't do that. You can't prematurely turn off the form to, like, you know, save yourself some rings. Woo! I love it here! So much fire here. Why is there so much fire in a place called Lava? Oh, guys, look, you can see the death egg in the back. Look, this is where it fell after we fought Big Arm at the end of Sonic 3. Sir, please tell me you're not gonna do anything. Oh my! So, this is the start of the Lava Reef boss. It's pretty cool, too, like, you have to dodge all these missiles and everything before you actually get to the boss itself. Again, visually, that is so cool that you can see the death egg, like where it crashed. That's so cool. So the boss coming up, I normally hate this boss because it's another waiting game. There's a good amount of waiting game bosses, and I don't like that. But this one, he hits himself. Apparently he didn't learn from the flying battery mini boss fight, but he shoots these spike balls, they fall down, and he hits himself with them. Now, normally it takes like what, 14 hits for this thing to die by his own stupidity, but in the Air Edition that I'm playing right now, it only takes 8, you know, like it should. I don't know why this thing takes 14. There we go. And boop. I don't know why setting the animals free turns off the hot boiling magma. I don't know. Sonic's weird. Hidden Palace Zone. Guys, we're back here again. Man, it went through a large, like, update ever since we first saw it in Sonic 2. Do I want to become hyper and utterly cheat this fight? Or do I actively want to, like, try? Also, that shot of Death Egg in the back, mwah, love it. Love it. I'm gonna respect my boy with a proper fight. You and me, knock, knock. Bring it, Knuckles. Oh, nice, Tails. See that mural? That mural? Things to come. I mean, technically that was a 2v1, so that was vastly unfair, but like, yeah. The Master Emerald! It's getting taken. Hang on, man. I got you. I'll help you. I'll help you. I'll get some hits on him. Oh my God, he electrocuted him. Maybe now my mans will find out, hey, you were tricked. He's a little winded. I would be too after being electrocuted. Ah, Sky Sanctuary. Oh no, he's got the Death Egg up and running again. Damn it, I just put that thing in the ground. You know, we had our differences, but you know, glad to know you're part of the team now. I'll go stop him. Sky Sanctuary, love this zone. You know, I've been saying about that, you know, for a lot of these zones, but you know, what can I say? They're good. I'm so used to the hard-boiled heavies that seeing a basic egg robo is so like underwhelming. I'm not even kidding. Ah, they use the old music. I love it. So, this is the newest Metal Sonic, Mecha Sonic. And he's gonna be the main boss of, you know, Sky Sanctuary. And the cool thing is, in the options menu of this version of the game, you can change it so that his encounters of him reusing boss fights from previous games actually turns into the theme from that boss fight. And it's so cool. Oh, this thing again. You know what's funny? I have the insta shield. Ow. Apparently it's not good enough. I love the sound the clouds make when you jump on them. You hear that? I love it. I'm a simple bit. Oh, nope. I don't think I'll have enough rings to turn hyper, guys. We're gonna have to fight him legitimately. All right, I'll fight him legitimately. Bring it on, Faker. Although out of all the like metal duplicates of me that we've seen, like Metal Sonic, Silver Sonic, and now Mecha Sonic, Mecha Sonic's design goes hard. Like this looks like a fake robot version of me that could like fuck me up. Also, you noticed he didn't blow up like all the other ones. Let's just say Mecha Sonic, you know, we're not done with him. We gotta run. We gotta get out of here. When I saw this scene for the first time as a kid, I thought it was the coolest shit. They jump onto the Death Egg. That was so cool to me. Death Egg Zone. Final zone of the game, guys. We're near the end. Out of all the tracks I've been glazing about across this game, this one's my favorite. Death Egg Act 1, and I think I like Act 2 slightly more. Favorite tracks in the game. So you remember Death Egg, you know, that place that was the final area, you know, at the end of the second game? Well, they converted that into an actual level this time. It might be one of my favorite zones in the game. I say might because I still think I like Carnival Night more, but like, this is good too. These things just visually just like, whoa! You know what's funny? They bring back these like things for Sonic Forces, and I hate them there. I don't like them there at all. Especially when you're doing the missions where you have to like beat the level under a certain time. They just waste time. I do like that when you go through these like anti-gravity things, it just says egg. I don't know why when I was younger, I thought that because it said egg, that he made that specific part of his like room like out of the egg cartons. I thought they were used egg cartons. That's why they just said egg. You know, we could take this, or we could just, you know, run along it. We have the electric shield. What do we have to fear? Nothing, that's what. Oh, and then this room. You have to hit all the yellow switches on both sides to open the door to like proceed along. All right, we only need the bottom one. There we go, easy. Where has my momentum been going throughout the course of this game? What are the point of these like normally? I know I've been questioning like, you know, the infrastructure of some of these things throughout the whole series, but like, you can't tell me Eggman is taking these things like across all these rooms and everything. Like what his fat ass right in this thing? And we're gonna cheat this eyeball thing that they would later bring back in Sonic Mania. Yup. It's not done yet. That was just phase 1. Nope. Come on, man. You're embarrassing yourself. I wasn't even touching like the directional pad. All I did was jump and let the controller do the rest. Final act of the game, guys. Let's do it. I gotta say, even though like I played these games forward and back so many times over my years of, you know, living, I don't know, I feel kind of sad knowing that it's almost over. Like doing these series of games in a row like this for, you know, the channel I don't know, knowing that it's almost over, kind of sad. But you know what? At least I can look back on those videos and be like, that was a good time. It's always nice revisiting the classic Sonic games and, you know, going through those memories again. Like, really fond memories of classic Sonic with me. How do you guys feel about anti-gravity? Me? Depending on the game, I actually don't mind it. In this case, I don't mind it really, but like, do you love it? Do you hate it? I can understand why you wouldn't like it, but like, I actually don't mind. Anti-gravity's fine. We hang out sometimes on weekends, and these elevators that just like make you throw up when you enter them, they're not that different from the elevators in, like, you know, previous Sonic games. It's like, why can't you just make a regular ass elevator that goes up and down? Why does it have to spin or put me in a ball of some sort? Just make one that goes up and down. Just make an elevator. All right, I think I'm almost there, and because I'm invincible, I can just, there we go. Okay, this one isn't a waiting game, but I can't damage it directly. So those things it drops, you have to go into the elevator, change the gravity, and then the spikes from it. Uh-oh. You see what I'm trying to do? Like, you have to hit it with its own like things that it drops. You just have to time when you go in the elevator. I think it needs one more hit. Yep, there we go. No, where you going? Come back here, you fat Uh-oh, it's playing the Big Arms theme again. Oh my god. This is the final boss. Anyway. No, you know what? I'll destroy the hands like this, but just for the sake of hearing that awesome theme again, I'll do the rest legitimately. I promise, because I do want to hear that theme. Just to make it more intense. You gotta be careful when Tails hits the emerald too. Because, you know, while it's in its, like, hit state, you can go right through it like that, Tails. You gotta be careful, my guy. Oh, well, there go my rings. Like, Tails, I'm glad you're here to help my guy, but you will get me dead. There we go. Teamwork, my two-tailed friend. Teamwork. He's getting away with the Master Emerald. He's like, I need to get the f out of here, dude. But this isn't the end yet. If I didn't get all the Chaos Emeralds, it would be. But this is the true final zone. The true final act of Sonic 3 and Knuckles Doomsday Zone. The first and certainly not the final time that the true final boss is locked behind Super Sonic. And I love Doomsday Zone's theme. I love it. I love it so much. It's so intense. It definitely feels like you're at the end and that this is the true final fight. And when I was a kid and I played this and I was like, oh, I'm playing as Super Sonic for the final boss and he can fly. Yo, I was losing my shit. This fight is so iconic just of how intense it is. A lot of moments in the Sonic and Knuckles portions where you got to get the enemy to hit itself. Like, I'm only now noticing it now. It's something I really didn't notice like in all my years of playing this game. It wasn't until this playthrough where I'm like, man, you really got to let the boss hit itself a lot in like a lot of these fights. If not, do nothing. I think 2 more missiles ought to do it. Or 1, I can't count. He really is trying to, like, he's trying. I gotta give my boy props. He is trying. So, unlike the first part, you actually have to mash X and dash towards him. Otherwise, you literally will not catch up with them. When I was a kid, I thought this was like a second phase. Like, oh, I just go through the level until I eventually, like, you know, reach him. And like I did that first part. No, you have to actually catch up with them. My first time playing this, I was in this fight for like 6-7 minutes before I realized, oh, I have to dash towards him. I thought it was a second act of some sort, but like, no. And that's it, guys. That's it. Sonic 3 and Knuckles, done. Oh, I unlocked the drop dash, sweet. I forgot I changed the music because normally what plays during this section is like, it plays Sky Sanctuary, like the theme for it. But I like the Sonic 3 credits. Like when you play Sonic 3 alone and like after you fight Big Arm and like the credits roll, this is the credit theme that it plays. And I really like it. You can set it so it plays Sky Sanctuary or this theme, but I figured, you know, you're not gonna hear this theme normally because I'm playing both games combined. So I figured, have it play here. I don't really like the Sonic 3 credits theme. We take back the Master Emerald, put it back on Angel Island, and we watch it rise back into the sky. That is not the altar. I guess the Master Emerald just has to be on the ground somewhere on Angel Island and it'll just float. Later, Knuckles. See you in the future, buddy. Sonic fun fact. The last Sonic fun fact you'll get. And you're damn right it's gonna explode. The birds and dolphins in this scene do not show up if you don't have all the emeralds. Like I have all the Chaos Emeralds, so I was like, yay, wildlife, you know, flying with us and everything. But you know, if I didn't get all the emeralds, it's just us flying away. Like that's it. This has been an incredible adventure. Like I never get tired of playing the classic Sonic games, but When you play all of them back to back, you know, from 1 CD, 2, and then 3 and Knuckles, it really feels like a hell of a journey, you know, starting from Green Hill and then ending it in fucking space. It's so fun. Even though I've been playing these games for most of my life, it never gets old going back to them. Yeah, I would play some games over the others, but like the package as a whole, all 4 games, it's always so fun, dude. I always have such a great time playing them. It's just, again, Sonic's a big part of like my personality because, you know, he's the first video game series I ever played. I've been playing his game since I was 2 years old. I'm 32 right now. I'm getting kind of sappy and everything here, but like legit, like I really do love Sonic as a franchise. Like he is my favorite video game franchise of all time. And like, yeah, you know, the guys, he's gone through some up, downs, and all arounds, but like, you know, as a whole, I love the series. And playing these games remind me why I fell in love with it in the first place. You know, just the thrill of going fast, you know, breaking the sound barrier, you know, the level design, the music, fighting Robotnik, you know, Sonic and Tails' friendship, the introduction of Knuckles, you know, Amy, Metal Sonic. I just love this series so much, dude. And I'm so glad I was able to play it all for you guys. It's been a ball playing this series. And you know, you're definitely gonna get some more Sonic games later down the line. I can promise you that. Oh, final cutscene. Oh, he is really lucky he had that floaty. What a cute little flicky. Do it. Ruin his day. He's like, don't do it. I'm gonna do it. Oh wow, I actually almost forgot that you do get this like little ending cutscene when you've completed all 4 games. Oh, well this is a pleasant reminder. Yeah, it's just showcasing them like, you know, doing their thing. Wow, Sonic, you're an asshole. I'm glad I played all 4 wink wink games on this collection. Here, let me give you a hand. We are friends now. Oh, that's a wallpaper.